Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Welcome in, everyone, to episode...
Hi.
Hi, Dodger.
Sorry.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm really good.
Sprinted to the room.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
She tried to get back by the third hello.
We have no Sam today because he is in Japan currently. So he's there for the next couple of weeks. We're not playing next week, so you will see Sam on episode 16. But today he is out of bounds. But otherwise, we've got a full house. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. Welcome in for episode 15. What was that?
Oh, you didn't.
Look, I didn't think the microphone was gonna pick up quite so much chicken.
Hack has a tummy ache
Was that
today,
chickens?
and their tummy sounds like chickens.
I swear, I just heard them go, woo, woo! They're big fans of the show. Cool.
Yeah. So I can move to another room.
No. I think it's good for the ambience. I'll just say Sigumbraht has chickens currently
Chicken
in
plague.
it. There's some
Right.
people who are
Yeah,
selling
there's
it.
a roving
Not chicken plague.
man.
Yeah, Roman chicken man.
Yeah.
Chicken plague. You're going down the dark side of it.
I was just gonna say we could fix it and get paid.
I don't
You
have
can
that
be like,
quest
it's
up,
just
man.
like
Don't
chai.
make me
There's
do that
avatar.
quest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, has anyone got anything they want to shout out, or should we just dive straight into our episode?
The chickens did.
Shout out to the chickens who totally love me and aren't freaked out at all and are
Yeah.
totally fine. It's fine.
Okay, let's get started. So, rumor has it that a group of adventurers who were in pursuit of an orb of shadow capable of transporting an entire town from region to region had followed their clues and the thieves into a mountain of death. Passing under the mountain and through it, they fought against death's obstacles, rising zombies and the dead who had previously tried to steal from the vault. Among creatures of an unknown world. There at the end, they found the orb. The thief had been teleported to the Shadowfell, and they escaped with a hunter pursuing them. Death's means of protecting his idol he left there. It chased them through the mazes, through the halls, but was trapped on the other end, as they quite cleverly put a immovable rod at the end of the door, causing it to have to smash its way through several feet of stone, rock, and magic, leaving them relatively safe to return with their task finished. The shadow orb in hand, the capability of traveling an entire town now theirs, to return, if they wish. We will begin today's episode. Now, I haven't updated your leveling thing in the middle, because half this episode you'll technically probably be, or the first portion of this episode, you'll be level 4, and we'll update it when Sam gets back. But you've left the mountainside, climbed your way down, with intent to return to Sigumbraht. Correct me if I'm wrong. You are journeying with 2 mercenaries you paid for, Dallin Penn and Bullbiter.
Main character guy. Gotta stick it around.
I love that you told us last session that you didn't expect us to bring these guys on a main quest.
Yeah, I mean,
you made it sound
at
like
least
we
they-
fucked up doing that, but I feel like we made the right call.
it was
It's like we should
definitely a
have
good
felt
call.
bad.
No. It's more so that I didn't also expect them to live necessarily, and
so do they level up? Because that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should
We need to
level,
know.
Joe.
Big deal.
They should.
should they level?
Yeah, of course they should. They worked hard,
They've
dude.
earned it.
They did
Yeah.
work
Yeah.
really hard.
It's either they have to level or they need to retire. Like one or the other. Because you don't
Like,
finish
yeah.
a dungeon
fucked
like
up
that and go,
after
you
this.
know what? I didn't learn anything.
True.
I'm gonna keep
Yeah,
going."
right.
Okay, okay. I'll tell you what. They can both level from that experience. I'll say these guys,
Oh,
they'll level with
right
you
on.
if you've leveled in like a... If they come with you on bounties and stuff, ain't no way they get that experience. But because it was quite an ordeal, they literally have a hunter who's pursuing those 2 now as well as you guys. They've undergone. They just learned that you just learned probably one of the great secrets in the land about the apocalypse coming, and those two were present. I feel like that. Yeah,
they were there,
standing there in the room, like.
If I were them, I'd join the party. I'd be like,
yeah,
I'm gonna
stick with you guys.
The psycho guy in the mountain when he gets out.
Hey, if you convince them to join, I wouldn't be against necessarily. But they leveling. They're not getting the same kind of leveling as you guys.
Yeah.
They're not quite heroes. It's more like a 0.3 level. So they can come, but they I don't know how long into the campaign they'd survive alongside you guys. But regardless, they are with you on this journey back. You find yourselves on the kind of dirt track path leaving out of the mountains and traveling back down onto the road. There will be one long rest. We mistakenly said last time that you would have leveled up technically in the tavern back at Sigumbraht, but you would actually leveled on the road next time you long rest. So you would part from the mountain, head down onto the road itself, and begin journeying back towards Sigumbraht. Does anyone do anything on this journey?
Oh my gosh. I feel like Tech is so mentally exhausted.
Yeah. I think everyone is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Andrasa's got a book out and she's writing as she walks. Trying to make sure that she doesn't forget anything.
After coming out of that mountain that was filled with screams, horror, and the stench of death, it's kind of peaceful now when you're back in the wilderness. By the time that the sun begins to set and the Sunforged goes down to kind of rest for the night, power off, and the natural nighttime looms over, stars fill the sky, you hear the sounds of birds. Animals nestling nearby, crickets in the grass. And you would bed down to rest for the night, and long rest. When you do long rest, setting up your bedrolls, who sets up the fire? Who gets food?
Carlisle would try to sort out food again.
Let's just warm up the old rolls. Let's see a survival check.
Let's go.
That's only gonna be a 17 because I already put in my proficiency bonus from level 5. 17.
Okay, yeah, 17. You would go around gathering berries, gathering anything that could work together to kind of put together a bit of a stew. Berries, nettles, mushrooms, anything that you can kind of mix together to create kind of just a hearty stew. It doesn't take you long. It's you know the kind of genuinely where to look. Or it might take you a little bit longer than usual just simply because of the kind of not mechanical exhaustion, but the physical exhaustion of going through that mountain. But by the time you return, people would be setting up the camp. I imagine Morgane would collect some firewood as they previously did. Lighting a fire, setting up your bedrolls, able to cook a meal. And that night you rest. Dreams would come to each of you. Not pleasant ones. One by one as you slumber. It's nightmares that plague your sleep. Can everyone please roll a d20 to see who goes first?
All right.
I'm not.
Now we roll well.
You know.
Doesn't sleep, can't have dream. Sits there confused.
That's a fair point, yeah. We'll get on to your one last then, Desmond.
True, I trance,
So
as well.
Tack with 18. You're at home. You hear swords Cracklings of fire, but not the kind that burns in a kindle, that which burns on curtains, on wood. Your shouts echoing from outside. You know what's to be done, and you're sat in a room, waiting for the inevitable. You hear the shouts of people screaming, cut short by the clashing of blades and the sickening silence that comes when the blade does not clash with another blade, with a person. It brings you back there, and your mind is riddled with it. But this time, the door opens, and someone else walks in. This person is wearing a long, flowing black robe. Hairless, no eyebrows, hair on the head, nothing. They seem to glide across the floor towards you, their hands crossed behind their back. And they stop just before the stairs of the room that you're in. But before they speak, we move to our next nightmare. V. You're seeing everyone around you. Blades, axes, clubs clashing with one another. You're waiting for it to happen. You're waiting for your moment, but it's been taken from you. You know where you are, a familiar woodland. And your memory sparks as you're waiting for them to appear. The one you saw. But it's not them that appears. Long black flowing robe, hairless, appears instead. Andrasa, you stand there, pacing impatiently, waiting for the headmaster to call you in. Waiting for those inevitable words. The ones you expected but feared. You see the person step through the door. The secretary to the headmaster. They bow their head to you. They will see you now. As you step in, behind that desk, black robes, hairless, sits a different figure. Carla. You're there in the Land Without Light. But not recently. In your earlier years walking. In a field hospital trying to help others. It's been set up by volunteers who are trying to rectify what has ever happened over this attack. It's cold, snow is drifting around the edge of the tent, and the only warmth you're kind of gathering from inside is small torches hanging, carefully avoiding lighting the rest of the tent around them, captured like a lantern. You clasp someone's hand, you look down at their hand, and you know this person is dying before you. You remember this. When you look across their face, it's not the victim you saw previously. Hairless, a black robe where you expected to be shirtless and wounded. Clasping your hand, staring up at you. And Desmond, unable to sleep, unable to dream. You see no black robe, no hairless figure. But you do see all of your companions with looming darkness over them, and a voice that wrestles on the wind, settling like dust on an old counter. And it rises as it speaks. And it speaks to all of you the same words. Each of you has seen me. Each of you has laid eyes upon my form, or a vessel of it. No doubt each of you will be given the chance to see one of us again. No doubt mortal kind has been manipulated into believing that we are its enemy, its damnation. No doubt if I had not visited you, you might believe all of us bad. But you have witnessed me now, so I may witness you. I have seen you as you have seen I. You know who I am. It goes silent, waiting for anyone to respond. Desmond, for you, by the way, you see it as vibrations of shadow and darkness looming over each person's kind of bed. Like dust lifting, when a counter is disturbed and settles again.
They say that in our dreams.
Each of your dreams.
Okay. What do you want? This is an odd memory for you to choose.
Each of you hears Andrasa. In your peripherals, it feels like they're in the room with you, but they're not. It is not a memory I chose. It is simply somewhere easy to settle in your mind.
Settle? As in stay?
To most of you. Two of you defy me. To those I can only visit here. But to the rest of you, on those nights where you do dream of things not pleasant, things you wish absent from your mind, settled I am.
Are you going to do anything? Are you going to help? Are you just a freeloader?
Help. I do not control the passage of time. Do you wish to forget these memories? I could make that so. But nightmares are a realm of learning.
I don't wish to forget them. I wish to know the parameters of this deal.
There is no
You're
deal.
here. Do you want something?
I wish to discuss the possibility of an alliance.
All right.
You entered into a vault of our enemy. These vaults contain secrets even unknown to us. There are answers that I seek, as do others. But we do not know the locations of them. Only that they do exist. They were designed to entrap us, contain us. But the Sun Children are the ones who are wrong. We existed before mortals came to this land, and we were never given the chance to coexist with mortals.
You want that chance now? Is that what you're saying? You'd like to be friends?
It is not friendship or companionship we seek out. Simply the ability to exist without being hunted, without fighting. You believe the light, radiant light, to be an ally to you? Because you've been told this. The Sun Children were the first invaders of this land. It belongs to us. They had a chance to settle. A chance to rule over mortality in this land. In our home. And see what they did to any god that defied that. All of those who came to this land seek an opportunity after they first attacked. One by one, the light vanquished them, pushed them into hiding. For this is Kaiva's purpose. She seeks to rule over mortality. Dominion over what she considers hers. But myself and my brothers and cousins, we seek to live alongside you.
Right. So you're settled now. You're going to just hitch a ride and try to what? Convince us to coexist peacefully with you. And give you the chance that the Sun Children didn't.
Perhaps. Or perhaps aid you from allowing the Sun Children to take that same opportunity from you. Mortals who grow too strong. Mortals who stand with the ability to defy even them. The Sun Children and Kaiva fear that which they do not know. That is why they try to vanquish us. So long gone from this world, when mortals used to be excited by the discovery of fire, by the tempering of iron on bronze, by basic magic. And now mortals are capable of pulling suns from the sky. What then when the Sun Children return? Do you think they will look upon you as They're prodigies? Or a threat to their existence?
What makes you think they are returning? They've been gone for quite a long time.
Refuses to answer that. What of all of you?
Tack, I think, has had this nightmare so many times that at the time that the conversation began, they were sort of in a weird warbled place between themselves and Zonia. And have utilized this time while Indras has been talking to sort of calm down and get back to their normal form. And they'll say, I don't understand you. You just want information from the vaults. That was the first thing you brought up. You want to know where they are. You want to know what's in them. If you're already up here, then you'll know when we know.
That is not exactly how it works. I can see you through your nightmares. I can see you in your nightmares. But I don't see you in the present world. I don't learn what you learn. Perhaps if you were to stir one night and have a nightmare of everything you've learned. But I only see you during your times of despair. I do not know what you have learned. I do not know what you know.
So then to my first question, you do want to know what's in the vaults and you want to know where they are. That's the deal that you're offering currently?
We were hunted.
In exchange for what?
We were hunted for a long time. Until almost suddenly we were not. We, or at least I, learned very little in that time. If you tell us, or just I, about what you learn in those vaults, I will help protect you when it comes.
Protect us how?
Comes.
He ignores Indras's question. You will see much of your world change. And like a child lost, you'll rather wander into the arms of one parent or the other. If you rush to the Sun Children's side, seek them as salvation to what is to come. Mortals will be damned. But if you embrace and aid me when it does come, I shall give you power. I shall give you safety. And on the turn of your new age, I shall treat you as equal. The mortals can have the surface. And those who ruled this land once will have everything else. The details of a deal can be argued and discussed another time. He looks towards UV. You can see all of the heads kind of turn in each of your dreams.
Are all of you still allied?
We never were. We were different prey animals, being chased by the same predator. We helped one another only out of convenience. I cannot speak for the others, for we are not controlled by one entity like Kaiva does to her children.
How will you be so sure that everyone else would honor this deal?
I am not. But I am the first to provide you the deal. The first to offer this. Not as a deal to be made now, but as a point to be thought.
Why Corsilas?
Why choose him?
Mm.
Corsilas was a Fae that escaped the Feywild, was pursued by his own people, referred to as a Dark Fae in the Feywilds. Much like this realm, the Feywilds can be quite cruel to that which they don't understand. Corsilas was a dream catcher. When they arrived in my realm, our home here, they ruled over mortals. The first coming of mortals. And they helped grab any nightmares that came to them, which put me in quite close contact with Corsilas. We spoke at length, at great detail, about our similarities. I purposed him to dealing with whatever the Sun Children could throw at us. I made a deal similar to what I'm making with you. He failed. For now, this nightmare will end. And each of you will dream a soundless, pleasant one. But the next time you stir in your sleep, the next time you struggle to have a soundless sleep, I will be there to discuss. If you would do me a favor and carry dear sweet Sir Morgaine, I wish to spend a little more time with that one. Each of your nightmares begins to fade out. Desmond, you would see the darkness pull down.
I was staying quiet because I wanted to make sure everyone else got their conversations in first. I want to know if Carlisle could have tried as hard as possible to defy from the very start. The second that person started talking to me, wouldn't have wanted to be in this conversation.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
I
Damn.
believe in you.
Hell yeah.
Nat 20.
Get out of there.
Holy, he's out.
That's sick.
The moment it starts trying to talk to you,
That's a good nat 20.
you
Mhm.
defying is not radiance. It's not picking a side. It's using your own willpower to push it out. In that moment, when it looked up at you and began to speak, you clasped that hand. You relied on the memory. This nightmare does not belong to this one. It belongs to you, as a memory to be served, to be thought about. And you just saw, as the nightmare began to shift and change, the body trying to fight against it. And for the first time ever since looking back at times where you've thought, I could have done more, this memory, whether it's a reoccurring nightmare or one that's just happened, you changed it back to its originality. How do you remember? And despite how dark or how horrible you felt at the time, in this moment, you felt comforted by reality. For you, Carlisle, you continue to have that nightmare for the night, as the other nightmares fade from others. But it's a nightmare of your own choice. And on the waking hour, you would wake up at least a little bit more confident in the knowledge that you can, even in your own mind, even in a realm that's strong to them, still defy them. But each of you do go on to have your dreams and wake the following morning to the rising of the full sun as the Sunforged creates its great mirage across the sky. All except Morgaine, who remains in slumber. Desmond, you would have seen as the darkness faded during the night, the voice faded. You would have watched over your friends as they all wake up. Even Dallin and Bullbiter, they wake up.
Oh, God.
Sweating.
God.
Oh,
my God,
the
I'm
price
so
of their
good.
level up.
Yeah.
Wait, did they
This to
hear
them.
us? Did they have a similar dream? Did they hear the combo?
That dude was
Yeah.
fully trying to
Didn't hear
bite that
Ballbiter
guy. I'm
chime in.
sorry.
Yeah,
I don't
Ballbiter
believe
just
that.
Tell me. Ballbiter would have said something during that.
He was there. He wakes up, and you
His
see like
nightmare was he had no teeth.
you see like
Oh my gosh, his recurring
he would
nightmares
have
of
teeth falling out.
falling out dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would have woken up, and he just kind of sits up and goes, what's it for breakfast?
Are you quite all right, Master Bullbiter?
Nasty dream. Huh?
What did you dream about?
I can't say.
Indrasa doesn't laugh.
But I'll tell you this. In my dreams, I don't wear clothes. And my teeth. He just kind of like goes silent. When I wake, I bite down on my gum and I make it bleed. Just to know that I'm awake.
That's a wise course of action, I think.
Aye. And I heard you. Each of you.
Did you know? Interesting.
I guess that makes us all companions now. So, if you'd like to pay for more time with me,
Oh,
Oh my God.
I do believe the rate is going to go up.
that's strange because we're already companions and we don't pay each other to travel. So if you join us as a full companion, you wouldn't have a salary.
Well, you kind of get paid in like a split of the proceeds. You understand?
Right.
No, I'll get paid the old-fashioned way, and then I'll take a bit of the proceeds.
So then you're saying you don't want to be one of our companions. You don't want to join.
I do.
Is that what you're
I
saying?
do.
Then? Oh,
For money.
well, that's what I just explained. We don't pay each other. Therefore, we would not pay you to continue to travel with us as a full companion.
Can't make money based off of the treasure we get, which likely will end up being more than what you would make regardless of salary anyway.
But then I think to myself, right? What about the fucking glaives you picked up that have screaming faces on them? You want to pay me
Are
with
you
that?
interested?
No,
you
I'm not
interested
fucking
in the
interested in that.
glaives?
I'm interested in gold that I can take to a tavern.
Well, there's that strange magic seller in town who will likely buy those screaming pants for quite a lot of money. So,
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh my god.
6.
Aye. Well, then you could take that gold and pay me.
Are you asking for a raise when you haven't really done anything to deserve a raise? Is that what you're asking for? Of course we're going to pay you what we already agreed on.
Didn't I do anything?
Master Bullbiter, stop. Think back to what I just said. When you didn't do anything that deserves a raise, not that you
That's
didn't
what
do
I'm saying.
anything.
Do you not get hired
did
for
you do?
usually, lassie? I usually get hired to fight against the
So, let's all
bugbear of
relax.
goblins. I went up against death itself.
That wasn't death itself, and also you're still alive. And you're going to get paid what we agreed on.
I mean, to be fair, you're also mostly unscathed. I know because I didn't have to fix you up, so...
If
that's
that's not
but I
deserving of the raise, I do it now what? Yeah.
I
I'm
don't
gonna go get
I don't
firewood.
think
Cat stands
I
up and
would-
walks away.
I don't know that going completely the wrong way in a maze when we told you to wait is deserving of a raise, Master Bullbiter. I thought we were very, very clear.
Do you know what
Follow the
happened on the
string,
corner?
Go the right way. Obviously, you can't keep your wits about
just
you when
went
you're in a
up.
high-stress
My
situation.
rates just went up again. You want to keep going?
All
But
you
that's
had
all
to
right,
do
because
was
I-
follow the silk string.
Right,
It wasn't that.
It wasn't that complicated. I think what I'm saying, Mr. Bullbiter, is I don't know that we'll be hiring you again, so your rates can go wherever they want.
You don't want breakfast?
Hey,
I would
that'll be
buy
nice.
something.
Would
I'm making some
like-
breakfast.
Sit down and just kind of
I
like,
was gonna start standing up to walk away.
all for
Yeah,
one,
Tack
and
will come
okay.
back in their like large dwarven form with like a ton of
Nice.
firewood and drop it and then swap back and then just plop back down. Are we done yelling? Is that done now?
Oh, I wasn't yelling. Master Bullbiter, are you done yelling?
I didn't yell. I was just trying to negotiate. I'll
Oh.
settle and have some breakfast.
It worked out well for you then.
Aye. See, Dallin just looks kind of awkward to say, I won't be increasing my rates, but I might turn down the next job. Unless it's a simple one.
Oh, buddy. That's fair.
That's a spirit.
I'll resummon Sestina while we're doing morning stuff.
Oh, also, I will give that long sword we got from the guy to Desmond. We have like a magic item that we never had.
I should have at least a melee weapon for things I should
You had the
use
spear?
too.
I thought we gave you the spear.
Do I? I don't have it on
Yeah,
my
I think we
list.
gave you the
Thought
spear.
so.
I thought we did, yeah.
I thought we were like,
Yeah, because you were
"You
like
can
the
take this."
spear would like because of the poisons and stuff. I think you took. The
What
spear
was
and
it
the poison.
again? Can someone? Do we have it
It
on
was
our
the,
list?
You should be able to find it for you.
It's the spear of the
Got it.
river snake. It's the +1.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, I can add this. Because I definitely need something.
Yeah, I think you wanted something that was thrown anyways, because you could use like the ring on it. Stuff, didn't you?
That is smart, yes.
If I had time, can I ritually cast comprehend languages and see if I can see what those scrolls are those magical scrolls that we picked up?
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I couldn't read them at first, but
Sure.
okay.
Let me just find them.
Casting.
Okay. Yep, we can cast that. Give me an investigation check, please.
Uh, 21.
21. Let me find my notes here. So, inside of those scrolls that you picked up, you would read them as the
Excuse me.
mad dreams of Corsilas. They will need to be deciphered over a considerable amount of time. It's going to take X amount of time to read them. There's enough scrolls that it's probably going to be... let me roll a dice per scroll. See how many pages you got. Got 12. So, it's going to take a total of 48 hours of total reading to go through them all and break them down. But off your general kind of investigation check, you realize that by reading through these and learning these, you can learn about Corsilas. You can learn about kind of nightmares and the creature that empowered him, and get some kind of secret information over time. Basically, for each of those kind of 12-hour segment, every 3 pages essentially, you'll get a bit more information, and it will help you with checks when it regards to those creatures.
All right. Cool.
And then you guys are saying this. Oh yeah.
Excuse me.
I was gonna say, I think Tack would be using the little mirror that they've got in their kit, would be trying to mimic the face of the witch.
Mm.
Trying to get that just right.
You can't really do it. You're trying to morph your
I was
face,
wondering about that.
and it just won't really settle on that.
Mm.
If you are identifying the sword, is that what you're doing, Desmond?
Yes.
Excuse me.
Okay. I don't have the handout for it, but it is a +1. Did I say longsword at the time? I think it was, right?
I said longsword.
Yeah. The details of the sword, though, is it's a +1 longsword. It does 1d4 psychic damage on a hit, as well as. And if it does psychic damage to a creature, that creature is marked for the next minute. And at any point during the next minute, only once per creature can you do this. You can cast a Misty Step if you're going towards them.
Oh,
Ooh. Damn.
So it only works
Fun.
once per creature for that.
Yo, Shan, I was looking at the spear, and it's actually like a finesse stealth thing as well.
Yeah,
Do you
I
want
did
my
notice that.
masterwork sword, and we just swap those two because that's also
Yeah,
a +1 sword.
I was gonna say you should probably take this spear, especially since it helps your stealth even more.
Swapsies.
But yeah, I'll give you the masterwork short sword. It's +1.
Cool.
Okay. I'll get that
All right.
longsword onto an actual sheet if I forgot to do it. But other than that, you would have yourselves the orb. I believe you left the casing with... Did you leave the casing with the Zale?
I think we did.
Yeah.
I
to-
feel like we did because I
You didn't
think
wanna
we were
bring it in
worried
with you.
about
Yeah, we
yeah
didn't
if it was taken from us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you just
Something
have the
like
orb
that.
right now. Who's carrying the orb?
Yeah, Carlisle's got it in his bag.
Carlisle's
Yeah.
got it.
You would notice there's definitely an element of just kind of like coldness coming from your bag. Like it's almost like it's a chilling effect, and it feels a little bit draining to have it so close to you. It doesn't actually physically drain you, but it just feels like you're carrying something heavier than it is. And you can see it's kind of illuminating out this kind of darkness, absorbing the light around it as it rests inside your bag. Almost like your bag is cast in shadow. Okay. You've identified everything you want to identify?
Think so.
Okay. Then, the morning would start. You'd gather your food and supplies, and you'll be able to arrive in Sigumbraht this day after marching back onto the main road and making your way back to it. Is there anything else you want to do on the way there?
Are you all okay?
Right, did
I
we
think
just
you might
have...
be haunted by ghosts or something.
What makes you say that?
You were all glow in darkness during the night.
I think we might have all had the same visitor. I could hear Tack, and I could hear V. Master Ballbiter could hear all of us. V, could you... And Tack, you could hear...
Yes.
Right. Interesting.
It invaded a pretty frequent nightmare that I have. I don't know if it was the same for you.
Yes.
Mine was less of a nightmare and more of a recurring annoyance. Well, I think we know who it was. Yes, Master Carlyle, did you have a dream as well?
Oh, yeah, I had a real bad dream, but yeah, I did not much appreciate having unwelcome visitors in mind, so removed him from the premise.
Right. Well done.
You're full of surprises, Carlisle.
Thank you.
Well, I suppose we should let those who...
What are we going to do about Morgaine?
Right, and our Sir Morgaine. Master Carlyle, is she just... She's just asleep, right? There's not...
Yeah, well, I don't know if any of y'all recall that they've actually not slept very well in the last 3 or 4 days. So maybe it's just their body.
But I think
catch up.
that makes sense with what we were told as our dreams were ending. They said that they'd keep Sir Morgaine a little bit longer. So she must have been visited by them before and perhaps this whole time.
All I can really do is make sure they're not going to die of some natural or medical causes. If there is some spirit or some like infecting their brain, I don't really know what to do about that, unfortunately, as of now. But
not really a spirit per se.
I can make sure they're all right and they're not going to die on us. But aside from that, I suppose the best thing we can do is carry them back to town.
Right.
I can carry.
I'll help you as well.
I do not need help.
I won't help you.
I want him to charge us for anything else, dude.
Yeah, right? He's like, that's 5 gold.
Yeah, exactly.
So you'd be able to carry some more gain. Noticeably, she feels lighter as well.
Mm.
almost like slightly, not quite levitating off the ground, but feels as if she's kind of easy to lift, almost like the same kind of strength you'd get when you're dreaming and you try and lift something there. Almost that feeling of lifting someone underwater. It feels far easier to carry her, and you won't be exasperated by it any means. Not that V couldn't do it normally, but
Mm.
it's lighter than your axe. Oh, sorry, your sword.
Weird.
You would be able to journey back along the road and eventually see the familiar sight of Sigumbraht down in its kind of like woodland area and its great field that it's kind of planted in. The terrain underneath that goes up to the wall that stands high above, and all of the buildings on top. The familiarity of the town, bringing in that kind of sense of just comfort. You'd see,
As we walk back, I would have like explained for Desmond and Carlisle like what occurred in the dream and kind of what they said, etc., so that they're up to speed.
You would see the Svart outside who's kind of having them bring down the lifts. They're bringing in kind of a container of food and to kind of resupply up the area. And you'd see all across the container portions of spider legs and body parts kind of like hanging out the top of this cart that they're bringing up there and being delivered into the town.
Gross.
But you would arrive at the outside of Sigumbraht. You would see the Svart down the bottom, just look up to you all and go, "Welcome." Looks down at his list. And marks off each of your names. Enjoy your stay.
Right.
And the lift goes,
Thank
you see
you.
the little lift go put down to the ground for you guys to go back up there. And as you do enter into the town, I'll put you back onto the map of Sigumbraht, so you can see the familiar sight of all the towns and places you can go in here. Also, all the buildings and the shops and the greater town around it, of course. Sigumbraht is the reminder as because we haven't been here for a while. It's a series of shops down like a main street and then side roads that lead off into houses and other places that people live and travel with the village together. But you're right back in Sigumbraht. Where would you like to go?
Well, should we drop Morgaine off at like the inn
Yeah.
to rest? Yeah.
So we know that we sent those two back, right? To be like, here, take this back to Sigumbraht. And then we also sent Abigail here, or Abigail's already here. So we gotta meet up with both
Azael
of them.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's put Morgaine somewhere safe first.
Okay, you can head over to the inn and grab another room for the night. The 9 Pillow Inn kind of welcomes you in. You see the young man Marcus behind the desk, and he just kind of calls you in. All right, just the one room. How comfortable?
Stares down at Morgaine in her arms.
Yeah, right. What's the middle one, right? What's the
5 gold a night.
Yeah. I think let's just do one of those for now, right? And then we
Okay.
can figure out if we need more later.
They hand you over a key. They kind of point to a little, like, you see a glass container in the corner that's filled with all different fruits, and they say, we just got a citrus supply in as well. Master Salandril just brought in oranges and lemons, so we've got a lemon and orange water over there if you want any. It's free for all guests.
Fantastic.
Fancy, what the hell?
Yeah, right. What's up, citrus water? It's like a spa in here. Okay. We'll
Drop her off.
deposit Morgaine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Tuck
rest.
her in.
Yeah, you can rest up in the room, take off any armor, and just put her into her bed.
Okay.
I want to try the water. Hello.
Yeah, right. It sounds so refreshing.
Yeah, you can go over there and kind of, they've got glasses nearby, which you can just kind of pour yourself a glass of the water. Has V ever had citrus before?
No.
No, because it'd be something quite new to you. It's extremely refreshing. You can feel the sweetness come through and a little bit of the bitterness from the lemon as well. It's an odd mix to put them both together, but it's almost just like the excitement of having it, and you can see the bits flowing around in it. You get this kind of really refreshing taste, but to you, this is as magical as someone eating, owlbear. It's completely out there and foreign to you. The man behind this goes, just one glass if you're not staying in your own room, please. We only have limited
She's
supply.
already like going to fill it up again. She puts it back down.
Tack will fill up a cup for themselves and then just hand it to V.
Yeah, I think Indrasa had filled up a cup and she took a sip and was like,
You do not
just
want...
contributing.
You do not want it?
It seemed like you really enjoy it, dear.
It is fine.
Have you had it before?
I've never
Obviously
had
not.
this.
Looks at Andrasa. I think we've probably had it plenty, so you should enjoy it while you can.
It is quite nice. All right.
Sorry to
Where to-
interrupt. If our job is over now, we should return and inform them of everything that
Right.
happened. Well, not everything that happened, but...
Whoa!
Oh no, fake Sam.
All
Fake Sam's gone.
Makes it like fix it.
Probably idle or something.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, he says
Went into AFK chat.
we can we'll hand in everything. We obviously won't say anything what happened in the mission, but we'll just inform them that it was successful and whatnot. All right.
Fantastic.
Well, thank you very much for hiring us.
Thank you very much for coming.
Consider it again. He wanders back over towards the thing, and Bullbiter just kind of looks all over and goes, "Hey, if you do pay my price, I promise you, I'll go anywhere." I won't raise it that much, but I'll raise it a bit.
What is your price now exactly, Ballbiter?
Well, what did you previously pay for me?
He doesn't even know his own fucking rate off the top of his head, dude.
I know,
I have
right?
it
He
written
doesn't
down
get
somewhere.
he last time you would have seen him, he didn't get paid. Part of it goes towards the Wayward Souls. All right, let me double check his price.
It's far back. I'm like still
Mhm.
Yeah, it's gonna be
paging.
my episode 5 one. He would look at you and say,
15 gold, I
Yeah.
think it looks like. Yeah,
Oh.
he and Dallin were 15.
Oh right, because Big Boy was 20, right?
Yeah, the dude that was
Mhm.
like, that seemed like, yeah, he had military experience.
We made like 100 times that like yesterday, man. Like what the fuck? This guy declined like fucking royalties
Wait.
per mission, dude.
I believe it was per day, right?
Yeah.
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 So he'll say
Yeah.
to you, 20 gold per day. 10% of all earnings. Or findings.
Mm.
Duly noted.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure.
I
Yeah.
have met you.
They've met you now.
Sure has.
The feeling's mutual. And then he backs out.
Thank you, Ballbiter.
Stay biting, Mr. Ball.
Oh my god.
Turns to you and then wanders out.
All right. I need to, well, as we said, we need to talk to Master Isaiah, we need to talk to Sister Abigail. I'd like to stop by the courier. We also need to talk to the mayor. After we talk to Isaiah, right, what order do we want to do things in is what I'm saying.
We should get the other part of this orb. We can't do much without that.
Yes.
Hmm.
All right, Azale first then, yes?
Should we maybe one of the first things we do is let the local watch guards know that something might be heading this way?
Oh, the
Keep an eye out
hunter.
for it.
What exactly do you think you'd say, Master Desmond? How would you describe that?
We don't even know what it looked like.
Hello, everyone. So,
Yeah, we never saw it, actually.
something came out of the mountain. It might be chasing us, but it might be taking a circuitous route around because we barred the door. It could show up soon or potentially later. We don't know what it looks like. It's probably angry. What if we just don't say anything for now?
Yeah, I'm not really exactly sure either how to explain this. I think Drowsy
Why
might be
worry
onto something
them?
on this one.
I think they might be mad at us that we're leading something
Right,
to town,
let's
actually.
get paid first. At least. Also, it might not, might not even show up. We could be fine.
Might get bored, might stop.
Absolutely.
They could be lying. Just trying to scare us.
Exactly.
What if it
I
was
think
just some
we're
little
fine.
guy with big boots, stomping him as heavy as he could?
That's true. Did anyone catch a glimpse
never
at
saw-
all?
No.
We never
Mm.
saw.
You sure you didn't see the art?
All right. All right. Let's go find Master Zale, and I will not say anything to the guards at this point.
Okay. Yeah, you can head over towards. I believe he just said he was going here. You'd probably find him in the tavern then. Knowing that he's safe from the river snakes, he's pretty kind of flamboyant, and he's sat in the tavern. When you would enter in, you would see kind of the open curtains of one of the rooms on the side, the tables on the side. And he sat there drinking with his imp, both of them kind of sharing a glass together. One each of theirs. And he's kind of talking to us. So, I suppose we could go that way, but it does depend. If they're going to teleport somewhere, then we're going to... Ah, our friends! Come! Come, we saved the seats for you.
Walks over.
They don't have enough seats for you. There's like 3 stools there. And he kind of pushes about to the side, so he's sat next to the imp, and the imp, Dale, kind of looks over and goes, right, how's it going? Did you do the thing? He's like, oh, let them sit down and get a drink first. How about this? So, did you do all the things? Did you get the orb?
Yes, we did
We
the
did.
things.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it?
It was far more trouble than we expected it to be.
Well, I mean, he pulls out the prism and he puts it onto the table. Just going to push it towards you guys. Happy to be rid of that thing.
Thank you.
But, myself and Dan decided that we're going to stick around in Sigumbraht for a bit. And wherever we go next, we'll take off. And,
Oh,
would you like to invite them there, or should I? It's my plan, but you do it. Yeah, you do it. We have a heist planned in wherever we go. We've thought of a different one in each region. And if you'd like to join us, we have a big plan to make lots of money.
you've in what was
Every
that?
region.
2 days? A day? 2 days? You've
Every single one.
So fucking
planned a
ambitious.
heist?
We're pretty sure we have a good idea. I mean, there's still bare bones. I mean, we're not going to get straight to it. We have
Oh
to
my
plan
God.
it, but we have some targets in mind.
That is rather impressive.
We had time to kill. And also, we did not sleep much because we thought that if you failed, that they'd come after us with their magical power and slaughter us. So
Yeah, fair.
it is a way of
So might as
de-stressing.
well just plan how to get into trouble in every other region.
No. How to get rich in every other region. We do not plan to get in trouble.
Mm.
You only get in trouble
Like-
if you get caught.
This one knows.
How rich?
It depends on the region. If we go to the Harvest Lands, very, very rich. But also very wanted, probably. Well, they probably won't fight us.
Well,
Right.
That's a real generous offer, but I'm going to decline joining any heist team.
Why
as
not?
Of now.
We're not reaching anyone who needs it, so it is in a lot of ways moral. We'll give out a percentage to the poor.
What, an orphanage or something?
Sure. Well, then you get your pick.
The shore doesn't give me a lot of confidence.
Dale can lean goes, listen, like, okay? We mostly do it because it is fun. So, in a lot of ways, your portion can go straight to whatever charity you want. Our portion will pay for our next venture.
What if we, once we figure out where the town is going, what if then we ask you what that heist would be and we could make our decision then?
Yes, we could do this. We'll tell you about it when you pick it. We won't try to, we won't try to sway where you go, But if you go to the Harvest Lands, you get extremely rich. But we won't sway it otherwise. But the Harvest Lands extremely rich.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
It sounds like regardless of where we would go, you would need some time to actually make a plan.
Yes, we've got the
Yes.
bare bones, we've got our target, we've got an idea of general kind of wealth from what we're looking at, but do the whole planning stage. We have to look at their schedules, we have to follow them, we have to have them their families or their friends watch, all this kind of thing. It is a whole
Their
ordeal.
families watched?
Not in a strange way. They'll
I
how would we
would
say?
politely decline now.
No. It is if they're involved, you have to learn what they do on a day-to-day basis. If they have family, then, you find out if they have birthdays coming up and if they'll be more stressed at different times. It is a lot of information.
Oh,
It's-
I don't want
Research.
to steal from
Research.
anyone on their birthday.
Right.
Oh, no, not them. Their fathers or their mothers is what we look for, so.
I would like to remind you that a lot of what just happened was you trying to get away from a very bad, uncomfortable situation for yourself.
Yes.
So I would encourage that part of the planning process be that you make sure you don't put yourself in that situation again, because
True.
it would be unfortunate if we were tasked yet again to try and find you and have to pretend we have no idea who you are.
This is true.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
We won't steal anything that is, to be fair, we stole this thing, and in the end, no one got hurt that did not deserve it.
No one got. All right.
one got hurt
I
that didn't
suppose.
deserve
Bodies at the church.
I believe there have been constant
entire
bandit attacks.
Bootsville village.
That was the very first thing
Well,
we heard.
One of the most horrific massacres I have ever seen in my life.
I sorted through bodies in a pile behind the church.
We didn't do that, and
It was terrible.
we felt bad. Dale and the soda a
Clearly,
little
thus
bit.
the running away.
How many died?
The entire village, I think. Well, excepting whoever, may have
Dale's
been
doing this.
not there.
Oh.
Oh. He looks to Dale.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, like I said, like one or two.
Oh my god.
We'll be better.
No.
More careful next time. The river snakes were a wrong people to walk alongside.
Sometimes in life we make good choices, and sometimes we make poor choices. And for you, the river snakes were a poor choice. So you learn from that. Don't repeat it.
But the good choice was giving you the orb.
True.
Because now you can go to the harvest lands.
So close.
Love
it. So close.
In all honesty, though, we are just looking to get away from this place. So we'll follow you wherever you go. Not you specifically, but the town.
Right.
There's something about Sigumbraht that just makes you want to stay. It is a special place.
Looks around.
Have you tried the water at the inn?
No, should I avoid it? Did you get the shits?
Not yet.
It makes me want to stay, like you said.
Oh. All right, then I guess, looks at Dale. Could you get us a glass? Dale goes invisible.
Amazing.
Make good choices. Stop stealing so much. Steals water.
It's for everybody gets one.
That's true.
You know.
Are you staying there? You don't need to steal it. It's free.
I'm not staying there, but that is your casing. This is it. If you found the orb, they should work with it. I'm happy never to see this thing again in my life.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing it back safely.
Oh, of course. Of course. If you ever need me, I'll be in the town. Ever need something stolen? Because you will.
Well,
You will.
He looks to you, Kala. I think you'll have to eat those words one day. You're going to come to me and say, Israel, we need you. And I'll look at you.
I can assure you that those specific words aren't going to happen and include anything.
We'll make sure that Carlisle's the one who says it. Don't worry.
Fast forward
Well,
67 episodes.
insist on it. Yeah. I
And I
can't
look
wait
to
for
my
this to
friends.
come back.
Now
Carlisle staring at this guy with a +13 to sleight of hand. He's gonna need him to steal something for him.
I look to you and I'll say, I know. I know.
Maybe get into some non-profit charity work, and that might do some good for you.
I have to equalize my karma, so maybe I'll do this. Well, my friends, I'm happy.
Until
for
next time.
Oh, I was going to say I'm happy for you to buy us dinner, but until next time, also watch the show.
Oh,
My God, dude.
Well, we've got quite a bit still to do in town, so I don't think we're quite ready for dinner yet.
Well,
But if we see you later, maybe.
of course, I'll be here.
All right. I guess we pick up the casing.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As we kind of start to walk away, do we know what we want to do next? Do we want to go straight? Part of me feels like it might be a better idea to go to Sister Abigail first to see if they have an
I think
idea
we
of
should
where
let
they
her
need
know.
to go,
Mm-hmm.
rather than have to choose somewhere without that
I
input.
think that's a good idea.
All right. Have a
Also,
sister
I am
Abigail.
afraid to touch the orb in my backpack. I haven't touched my backpack in about.
Oh,
a
are
day.
you all right with it? Do you want me to hold it or something?
I
or-
just don't know if you remember what happened to the other person in that
No, I think
mountain. They just disappeared. I don't want to touch
But
it again. I didn't know if I was
I
going to disappear.
do think
when
that they
I picked it up.
actively wanted to use it in that moment to get away, which is not your situation.
I mean, what if it's like a curiosity thing that triggers it? Like, man, what if I touch it and then I teleport and then you
Yeah.
teld because you were thinking about it and
Yeah, now
Just
I'm
be
thinking about it. and
terminally
now
That would be an
I'm just
extremely
thinking, now
inefficient
I'm
way
gonna
to
be
create a
thinking about not
teleportation.
teleporting, and maybe then I
It's
will.
fine.
you should just empty your mind. Don't think about anything and then touch it.
What if I just kind of empty out my backpack on the ground and then you touch it and you pick it up because you're probably going to.
I think maybe don't empty it, just sort of slowly, roll it out. But yes, that would be all. Well, let's just maybe not do it here. Let's go see Sister Abigail, and then we can have you not touch the orb some more.
All right, I will happily continue to not touch the orb some more.
Okay. You're gonna wander out.
Yeah.
Make a perception check, everyone.
Oh boy.
Great.
Hey, what do you mean?
Can I do it with hearing to get
26.
advantage?
Yeah.
I forget
I'm not
how
even gonna
much.
bother with
so-
that 26.
Oh god.
Don't
If I
fucking
have-
try to
Well,
do
I got a
something when I'm
13 if I
perceiving,
have-
dude. I swear to fucking God.
I rolled a
Uh,
You
zero.
hear the sound of large boots
Zero.
stomping in the
Oh, you have-
distance.
Oh, Desmond.
Desmond, as everyone's walking through the door,
Oh my god.
you don't hear it, and you step through the door, and just suddenly you get soaked as a glass just hits against you, and you just hear in the air, "Oh, you dickhead! Oh, and you just, there's a lemon piece on your shoulder. There's like a little bit of orange on your head. And water's just kind of dripping down you. And you hear it kind of fly off back inside.
Oh my god.
Well, I smell great now, I guess.
Yeah.
She's quite nice.
You need a towel or something.
Yeah, you'd be able to go back through the town towards Longland Road, the place which Abigail said she would see you. Upon entry into that building, you're immediately greeted by the person behind the desk who just says to you, "Oh yes, you match the descriptions. The second room on the left, down the stairs."
Is
Guy
that
Thank
points
you.
down.
is that the room they had told us before for her?
Uh,
Andrasa would remember.
yes, or at
Okay.
least not necessarily that description of it, because I think she specifically said to say something, if I remember right. But it doesn't seem like it's malicious.
Yeah. All right.
The room itself is a plain one. It's designed to be just like a standard inn room. Bed over into one corner, where the girl that you had kind of rescued and the one who teleported you here sat there, and Abigail is kind of pacing back and forth, her veil fully down there, wearing kind of casual clothing. You can see her kind of drow appearance below the scar on her face, hair tied back. She's pacing back and forth as you kind of come through the door. "That's not quite right. Try again." The girl's attempting just basic prestidigitation spell. She turns her head towards all of you. "I heard you come in. I had the front desk inform me. Is it done?"
Jeez. How are things here?
"Improving. More and more of her memory is returning. And I'm trying to teach her the basics of magic again, hoping it will rekindle some thoughts in her mind." And she looks across to all of you. "Thank you for saving me. I didn't really understand before."
I think, my dear, that you also saved us, so thank you.
I don't really remember. Little glimpses here and there. A very bright amount of magic. But Abigail has told me that you have all kept me safe, and that there are those who wish to hurt me.
There were. Do you have a name we might call you?
I don't think so.
Do you want to make one up?
How do you do this?
Well, as your memories come back to you, there might be a word that you find beautiful or
Or cool.
one that you connect with or cool.
Oh, cool. Okay.
You don't really have to come up with one right now. I just didn't want to be rude and not refer to you by name.
For now, I think on this.
Right.
Abigail kind of just like smiles slightly and goes, we will be hunted by my chapter. My sisterhood. I've already had to deter one of them.
Right.
How did they know that something happened?
I was told that we had to keep this one under watch at all times. I informed them that I was taking her for a walk and would keep her protected only around the vicinity. When I didn't return, they started to put in the feelers out, and I tried to distract them with different direction. Some of the sisters, or most of them, have gone west, thinking that I tried to get away with her elsewhere. One sister was slightly more clever and came to check in here, see if they had seen anything. She is not currently an issue.
We intend to get moving as soon as possible. So, which is something we wanted to ask you.
Yes.
Is there somewhere that you need to go?
No. Not until her memory is at least somewhat repaired. But for now, just not here would suffice. It doesn't matter where we go,
Right.
they will eventually find us. And when they do, she is more important than my sisterhood.
Right. Right. I feel like we've got quite a lot to fill you in on what was in the mountain, etc.
I feel like we can do that after
Right.
we've gotten moving.
When we do get elsewhere, we will discuss with you. It's probably time you learned a little bit more.
Right. All right. Well then, then I think we deliver the orb next. Yes. See if we can.
Where is it? Have you got it?
We do. Both parts.
You have the ability to if you desire, not return it. You can build your own thing, your own town. You can travel wherever you need without the restraints of this town. Hide wherever you want. But I understand if duty binds you.
What would you do?
I'm not a moral compass for you to follow, but I would take it, and I would put it to our best interests wherever needed. Do whatever I can. Do whatever I must. Sigumbraht is a fine town, but it's not your town.
And that's True, it isn't.
But to have a town in our debt, a town as established as this, with as many resources as it has, also has benefits.
True enough. Let us just hope that they see it as a debt worth paying.
Mr. Abigail, are you able to disguise yourself at all? Magically, I mean, not.
We are already far enough in that I can tell you this. I am capable of vast magic. Beyond that, I am legally allowed to use. Before I joined the Sisterhood, I had certain allowances.
Right.
Yes.
I do think there may be some benefit in returning the orb. Bargaining to go where we would like and, hiding in plain sight, as it were. Sigumbraht has lots of people that come and go, and also a few more. As Tak says, right, all the resources that Sigumbraht already has may be quite useful to us rather than teleporting to the middle of nowhere, getting found, teleporting and get right. I don't know.
You mean I should establish myself within the town? Change my appearance? Take up the guise
I
of
just
a
mean that-
shopkeeper?
Not necessarily, but how do I say this? Tak can Tak can do things that I can't. So sometimes when I don't want to be noticed, right? At home, everyone knows exactly what I look like. They know the things I like, the things I dislike, my habits, where I'll be, where I wouldn't be, etc. So if I don't want anyone to bother me, which honestly is almost every day, I don't want anyone to bother me or talk to me at all, it's quite simple. If I always look like this, right, and I just take my hair down, for instance, and wear a color I would never wear, put on an outfit I would never put on, people know Lady Indrasa as abrupt and arrogant and whatever, and if perhaps I am nicer and I look slightly different, they would never suspect that Lady Indrasa would do that. So you don't necessarily have to alter everything, right? I kind of look at Tak.
My
It's in the
sisters,
small details.
my sisters would rarely see me without my veil. Only maybe 2 of them have ever seen my face. I will no longer hide behind it. I will
Right.
find a means of concealing myself within the town. I think it is safer for her, she looks to her and then all of you, if I remain at somewhat proximity to you until as prepared.
Or
We have the same goals in mind of protecting her, I imagine. Unless you are planning on returning home, now that you've got everything handled.
I think that when we have time to discuss everything that we found, I don't plan on returning home right yet. I don't know about the rest of you.
I think you're right. That's a longer conversation.
One that should be done. You should each know each of your responsibilities and each of your allegiances. What you
Yes.
want out of this, what you need out of this. Because if any of you falter down the line, whatever you've seen so far is nothing compared to what is to come. We have no preference of where to go. But eventually we will. And when the time comes, I will make an ask of you. That will be of paramount importance. Something that is beyond any of our lifespans.
Right.
She is important. In a way that you won't understand.
So then I suppose the question is it best to get as far away from here as possible, given the number of things that are attempting to find this exact group of people?
I mean, I think if we're all amenable, we can at least say before we have the longer conversation where we thought we might go next, right? Looks like group.
Mm.
We saw a map in the vault and various points of interest lit up across the map, and it seems like all signs were pointing towards what was that? Allweathers, Bay of Progress, right?
I
Bay of
think so.
Progress.
Yeah, towards Bay of Progress.
That's where you got your response from.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and that was the vault that we were gonna right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we thought maybe we should go see who's in
Go
there.
to
Who
that one
responded.
next.
Yeah.
Yeah. We sent a message and we got one back from that location. So we thought it might be a good idea to go there next.
I can put you guys on the main map for you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So if is that far enough away for your comfort, Sister Abigail?
It is closer than I expected, but it is still many miles. And again, I'm expecting the sisterhood to catch up. And when they do, we can deal with them.
Right. Right. So I suppose next we go get this town moving then, yes?
Hmm.
All right?
Right.
We'll await you in here. And we'll discuss things when things are calmer.
Right. I think as we stand up to leave, I'll say to the girl, I'm very glad to meet you. And I'm quite glad that you're all right. Don't worry about the memory, it'll come back. Or it won't, and you can make new ones.
I've been told that I am important.
Darling, everything's important.
Hmm.
Don't let it stress you out. Kind of put my hand on her shoulder. And then walk up.
Okay. We have to leave Sister Abigail in her room with the girl with no name currently. With the intention of going where?
We're gonna go straight to turn in the orb. Do we want to do errands first?
I'm trying to think.
I mean, we can run errands
On
after
the
we've
way.
turned in the orb.
Or, yeah.
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 Either
I don't
way.
know that it matters. Because
We don't know how long it's going to take them to like
Yeah, like
get
True.
the orb put back in place, like actually
Yeah.
get this place
true.
moving. I don't think it's going to be instantaneous. So if we
No,
want to
and then-
like,
realistically, we're not really gonna leave Sigumbraht till poor Morgaine. like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? We're not going anywhere until she can as well.
Mhm.
So, all right. Yeah, I guess we'll go to the mayor
Yeah, you can go to
because
Slandrel's
bounty
tower.
place will just tell us to go there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can head straight towards the Shadowstone Tower, heading up into the actual tower itself. The guards would kind of see you approaching and allow you entry. You'd be able to walk up the stairs, and in the kind of wide tower of Salandril, the owner, the mayor of this town, you can see his library around in the corners. He's wandering around, just replacing books meticulously, while talking to one of the Svarts. They're the short, kind of little purplish-skinned characters which are guarding the whole town. They come from the Shadowfell with him. One of them's reading off a list, and Salandril goes, "Ah! So costly. Sure, send for it. If we need the extra supplies, we can hand it out for how long? Oh, that would be another 3 weeks of food supplies before they start charging extra." He turns and kind of sees you approaching up the staircase. Somehow I don't think we'd have to do that. Be gone. The Svart nods and kind of walks right past you, heading out. He folds his arms behind his back and walks towards you, and stops only about 6 feet away. I take it that you have approached me because you have good news, not because you hate to say that you failed.
Miles, but it's a weird smile because it's Indrasa. Indeed. Do you want to? Is there anyone else around? Like,
It's other than his guards who are by the front
yeah.
doors. No.
all right. Can we come in and
Yes,
talk?
you are in.
Right?
Close the doors off, and you see the Svarts nod their heads and close with two of them on the inside, holding their spears to the side. Well,
Good to see you as well, Master Salandril. Yes, we have the orb. How are you doing?
not well. We've had to use up many of our expenses to keep this town alive. Every single day that goes by, we are losing gold. It is paramount that you give me the orb so we can finish this.
Remind me again. What was it we were offered for this orb?
I've already commissioned Mr. Holtz, who will be arriving when you do, if I call for him, with some information of places to go to, the regions. I'll allow you to have the option to pick where our next station is, though I would ask that you keep some of the commerce in mind. We are thankful if you bring the orb back to us, but are not looking to go somewhere which is not worthwhile to our interests.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, it was part of the deal to transport you wherever you needed to go. Within region.
Right.
Reason.
So. So what was it? Indrasa 1,000
believe it was
and a discount?
1,000 gold and 10% discount.
And the teleportation, which you've just now confirmed we have.
Very well. 1,000 gold. 10% discount for you and your party. When in the confines of Sigumbraht.
Right. Then perhaps we should have a look at that list.
External guards. Send for Master Holtz. Door opens. The Svart walks out. Ixi, where's the orb?
It's tucked away in a bag. I'll pull out the casing part because that was separate, right?
Why
So I'll
did you
pull
remove that
out.
from that?
We didn't. Someone else did. We had to go get both pieces. You understand it was a bit more work than we had anticipated.
Then where is the orb on its own?
Well, it's currently in my bag.
He offers
Mr.
a hand
Carlyle
out.
has it.
Then hand it to me.
I
I was gonna
think
look at the others just to make sure.
I
he should.
understand the sense of urgency that you have, but I think you will also understand the potential apprehension we have at your urgency before
He walks straight to a
we've
desk.
agreed.
Opens up a little safe beneath with a key. Roots out and kind of just brings out these small bags. Puts them onto the side. Closes up the desk. Your 1,000 gold. Is that good enough? My orb.
I was waiting for the list of where to go. Master Salandra, it's not that I don't feel for you and your situation, but you need to understand that we had to then go find both pieces of this orb in order to make your town teleport, because you lost the orb at great personal danger to ourselves and our hirelings. An entire village was wiped out. There has been a lot put into this. It can wait 10 minutes more.
Is there some kind of urgency to this other than just the town run out of money?
No. What's 10 more minutes?
Insight check that.
Insight.
May we insight check?
16. I'm gonna add 3 to that and make that a 19.
Okay.
Can we assist so he gets advantage?
Yeah, I'll give
As
you
well.
advantage if you're helping to look for tells.
Okay. That's a 29.
He is glaring at your bag, and he looks. It's not necessarily that he's holding back information, but there's a desperacy about trying to get the orb back to him. It's more of an addiction.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Ooh. Creepy.
I'll hold off the 10 minutes. We can wait.
Yeah, I think while we're like
Appreciate that.
awkwardly waiting, Carlisle will
Right.
try to convey that to the group as
Mhm.
best he can.
All right. I guess 10 minutes really for this guy to get in here isn't much time to.
Did we ever
Remember that.
identify this orb after we got it?
No.
We
Shit.
got 10 minutes.
How long? Yeah, I was gonna say we have 10 minutes. Isn't that exactly how long it
10
takes?
minutes, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Tack
Desmond
would,
just
Tack
kind of
would stick.
stand behind Carlisle and like reach into his backpack.
Like rubbing the
Yeah.
light right in front of this guy, like shining
If
in.
you'd like to do that, I would say do a stealth check, Carlisle and Desmond. You're basically helping each other to keep this secret.
I could stand
Okay.
in front of them too.
You're 5'2".
I only got 12.
Move your giant sword in front of it, though. That thing's fucking huge.
I start sharpening my sword right in front of it. Uh-oh.
See,
I
Uh-oh.
got a
you're
7.
not stealthy.
He sees you reach out and he sees it at the moment. So he goes. You go to start
I-
identifying. What is it you're doing?
I'm making sure it's okay.
What do you mean making
It's
We
sure
went through a
it's
lot
okay?
to get this.
It is mine.
Exactly. We want to make sure it's in peak condition this was in a dangerous place.
It was
What if
dropped
there's a
couple
crack? What if
times.
there's something?
It won't crack. It is magical in nature, and it belongs to me. Its properties are mine.
Mm.
What if you had it without the second part?
What do you mean?
What happens? Well,
Why are you
was
discussing
taken-
this with me when I have no interest to? I have offered you a deal. You are to return the orb. Or perhaps you were involved in its theft.
Master Salandril, you're getting quite stroppy. And it's quite unbecoming.
Then unbecoming I am. Because I believe right now that you are trying to withhold my own item from me inside my own town.
I believe I was quite clear in what I said. It was that your anxiety over getting this orb back made us slightly apprehensive, and so we wanted the list of where we would be going next. That's all we're doing. Just waiting for your Master Holt to bring the list.
Are you still
Do you know
identifying
that?
it?
You could just tell us.
Yeah, I would still be trying.
Yeah,
Oh
keep
my
going.
god, I'm so
Keep
fucking
going, Desert.
scared.
He didn't tell us to stop.
Yes, you have been quite clear. Now let me be quite clear. My orb goes missing. Stolen. And then the group that so happens to find it is offered quite a remarkable sum of money. A choice destination. Perhaps let me finish this line of thought, because perhaps for a moment one would start to believe that maybe the thieves could have conjured this up, handed in their own bounty, garnered their own
Master
profits.
Salandril, you offered us the reward. We didn't ask for those terms. You offered those terms. We didn't know what the terms were going to be when we came to talk to you. You also had spoken to, shit, I just forgot his name,
Silas.
the bard.
Silas the bard, yeah.
Right. You also had spoken to Silas about who potentially. You had all of these leads. We came to town well after that.
We also have 2 mercenaries that are eyewitnesses to how we reclaimed
Also,
that
that's
orb,
true.
and it wasn't
We have 2
necessarily us
mercenaries.
picking up something we already found.
You know that we did not steal it. Tensions are high right now. All we want to do is know that. Let me put it this way. Right now, you're very tense, and you feel like we're going to try to double-cross you, right? Your tension is making us feel like you might try to double-cross us. That's all this is. We're just waiting for the list.
What a persuasion check. I'm going to give you disadvantage.
Oh
4.
no!
Fuck.
I don't care what you think you know. I don't care what your worries are about me double-crossing. The gold is there. Master Holtz is on his way. But if I wanted to take that orb from you, I would do so right now. If I were to order my guards in here, I could take
Then
it.
why did you even task us with this in the first place if you are so capable?
We did not know where
I
it was.
do not understand.
I needed to remain in my town. I did not wish to leave my town. I do not like leaving my town. But now you find me angry in my own. All I'm asking is you take your gold and give me back my orb.
above board. Motherfucker
Yeah.
stole this orb, is on the run, has been this entire time. That just clicked for me. And that is why he's so fucking anxious.
Mm.
Well, I'm also wondering if this thing is cursed, which is what I'm wondering and why I suggested to identify it. Like he could have been drawn to it while he was a prisoner.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's why I was talking like an addict.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's literally what I wrote in my notes. Acted
Wa-
like an
wants his
addict with
crack back,
withdrawals
dude.
in presence of orb.
He wants orbs so bad.
Wants orb, dude.
During this, you hear the door open up, and Svart steps in with the taller, kind of skinnier goblin, Holtz, who kind of comes in and goes, "Ah, Mercer Andrew, good to see you. Is it a bad time?" And no. Come in. They wish to know where we can go next.
Desmond, how's it going?
Has it been 10 minutes yet?
Jesus.
You're
You
coming
got a
to the end
version
of
of
it.
that you could do faster than 10 minutes.
No.
I mean, technically, if you didn't ritually
I would
cast,
speed it up if I use a spell slot. I'm going to use a spell slot.
you speed it up. You cast the identify spell. The properties of this magical item don't exist.
You die.
Because this isn't a magical item. There doesn't seem to be any properties that the identify spell would draw from it. There doesn't seem to be any readable kind of arcanic way of understanding what this item does. Because this object isn't a magic item. But it's not mundane. Roll an Arcana check for me, Desmond.
I believe in you.
Is there a way to
You got
tell
this.
it's divine
I don't know if
in
You got
nature?
this.
Yeah, I wonder. Oh my god.
Nat 20. Oh my god.
Oh, baby.
And I know.
And in that one.
That's just a guidance nat one. It's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
This isn't a magic item. It's not an item. When you study its properties, you realize it's emanating magic.
This is a person.
It's organic.
Buh.
Whatever this is that you're holding is alive.
What?
Master
Oh
Holt,
shit.
did you acquire the information we need?
Holy fuck.
He steps forward. I did, yeah. So, I've looked into each of the regions that they have the possibility of traveling to. And I've looked into the goings-on. He unravels a map of High Loma on a table in front of everyone. Solandro doesn't stand near the map. He walks to the side, like holding his hands behind his back, trembling slightly. Holtz kind of weighs it down with some paperweights in the corners and nods you over. All right. The map you're seeing on your screen is the map that he's kind of shown off to you. Outside of the vaults. I'll allow that for your own memory to apply any logic you have there. We have the ability to transport this town to every region here. Horizon's Rest, Allweathers, Last, Verland, the Blisters, the Weeping Hills, the Gap, Harvestland, stay in the Strife Land, or go to the Everlight. We also do have a pinpoint position in the Breakaway Isles that's a little bit unsafe. What would you like to learn?
We're in Allweathers.
Whereabouts in Allweathers? Looks over to Solandro. Solandro kind of turns his head. Northeast of the Glamglades. The information I gathered of Allweathers. Currently, the news coming out of Allweathers is that Crown Art Hall had a mighty attack on it. Reality magic is apparently being used with specific secrecy across Allweathers. Trying to bring back the forbidden magic is reaching the courts. People are discussing repercussions for it. Though, Allweathers is entering into its festival era up until the start of the new year. There's going to be a festival every day across Allweathers, meaning plenty of prosperity, plenty of commerce, plenty of money to be had. Where else?
I guess we're in the Breakaway Isles.
He looks over towards Salandro. Salandro kind of nods his head. We've managed to get ourselves onto the same island as the City of the Seven. The Seven's Isle. Though it is in a rather precarious position further northwest of the city itself. Currently, on the Breakaway Isles, Gluttony has been found dead in the city. The word is that he reportedly choked on a wishbone, but my informants have said the body, when carted away, had bulging blue veins across the arm. Poison.
Interesting.
Meanwhile, in the waters, recently an entire town or tribe full of tritons was found washed up on shore. Something is stirring on those islands. Commerce level. I mean, the City of Seven always has coin to spend.
Right. Sorry, I've got one other question. Where in the Weeping Hills would you...
In the
go?
Weeping Hills, Sandra kind of turns southeast of Mist Haven's Academy. Only 4 miles out.
Interesting.
Holtz flicks through his
may-
notes. Huh? Look,
No, go
Love.
ahead.
I've got a job to tell information about this, so I've been paid for it. Okay? If you want to know about what's going on there, stop asking me where the fuck we're going. I don't know that bit, ask him. He's just kind of shakes his head. Weeping Hills, Weeping Hills. Apparently the schools are about to enter into their competition season. Good time to find commerce amongst budding students. Necromancy is being called into question again. Undergoing a discussion of whether it should be banned.
All right. All right. May we have a moment to confer?
Sure. He folds his arms.
Nowhere's really close to where we need to go, but I was just thinking at the last moment, if we went to the academy, perhaps they could take us there. Perhaps they could teleport us closer to where we need to go. Where we
This
want
egg
to
is
go.
alive.
I'm sorry?
This ball is.
What do you
not
mean it's
magical.
alive?
This thing is alive. This is organic. This is not a magic orb.
How is that possible?
I don't know.
So I've been carrying
alive.
it around in my bag this whole time. Little alive egg in my bag.
Oh, you were like a mother hen.
Is it an egg or is it
I had.
one of those
What else is a living?
soulbound?
Oh, I guess.
I mean, we've spoken to other things in round objects.
Try talking to it.
Hello.
Hello.
No response.
Well, should we check what the other part does then too?
Hmm.
Probably. We should know exactly what we're giving back or what we have to steal back again.
I think he's going to be quite cross if we take up any more time.
What exactly are you discussing?
Just
I
which of
invited
the-
Master Holtz in to give information of the area's commerce and any rumors of ongoings.
That's
I
a
think
lot of
we-
places to go.
You're not exactly going close to where we were hoping, so we're just
Where are you
trying to
hoping
figure
to
out
go?
which one is the
When
best.
when would the town go? How soon?
We can get it within the hour.
Oh my
that's quite
god. Okay.
fast.
It's very fast.
Well, do we want to try to figure out what the other part does? Do we want to tell him that do we want to ask him why he's asking us to collect an egg for him?
He might not even know what it is.
No.
Well, all I know is he's acting like a weirdo about it. He's acting like I've seen addicts right before. Acting like one of them.
I think
Fine, should we
Sheriff
just speak
has-
plainly to him then?
I always
I mean-
think blunt is good.
he's already quite cross, so I don't think it would matter.
Do you know... You told us how you came upon this orb. Do you know what it is? Really, do you actually know what it is?
Yes, of course I know what it is. It is either to use it to get here.
You're
You
under
know
the
that it's
presumption
alive.
It's a magic item. It's not.
I've identified it already. It is a magical item.
I'm an
I
insight.
just did.
28.
He believes it.
Oh my
Oh, bless.
god. What if it like can't appear to him? It's like the deny thing in our combat. What if it doesn't appear to him like what it actually
Oh.
is because of what he believes in?
If you were to try to use this without the other piece, as I asked before, what do you think would happen?
I'd be transported to the Shadowfell. It was a
Would you be
capability I...
transported to a specific place in the Shadowfell or just Shadowfell in general?
I imagine it would take me back to where I first teleported from.
Someone
is-
used it.
That is not possible, because if they had used it, they'd be with it.
No,
Nope,
we saw them.
you-
They vanished.
That is not how the magic item works. I am quite capable of magic. I understand the
It is
properties of ma-
not an item. Please listen to us. This is why we are being so careful.
We saw someone use it without the other piece. We presume they were transported to the Shadowfell, either a general anywhere in the Shadowfell or, as you suggest and conjecture, the place where you left.
Then perhaps it
bandit.
malfunctioned momentarily. Or perhaps they misused the item, but it is a device created by my master at the time. It's as
It
simple
is
as
not
that.
a device.
Who's your master?
Not anymore. But I came from the Shadowfell, initially. Zarkanos was a wizard I served under. He was cruel. And I stole it from him.
Do you think he would be cruel enough to create something out of a living creature?
Perhaps. But that item I've already identified. It has the capability of transporting yourself and other people and buildings in a small radius to a place on the material plane. I know it because I
Would
used
you identify it now?
Yes, I can. Hand it
Wonderful.
back to me, and I shall do so.
We will not hand it to you.
Why is that?
Your behavior is concerning, since we're all being honest here.
My behavior. Mine. You were hired to get. You were hired to.
Master Salandra, what if we're right? Just take a moment. What if we're right?
You're not.
What if it isn't an item? What if you've been using some sort of life form harnessed to get you around? Wouldn't you want to know? What if something's in servitude to you as you were in servitude to Zarkanos?
Will you work with us, please, to figure out what the truth is here? So that you can move forward in a way that can settle with you properly.
Roll a persuasion check.
I believe in you.
Do I get advantage from Indrasa helping with the conversation?
No,
That's
she's
taking away the
bad at talking.
disadvantage.
Oh, man.
Just got your flat roll,
He's
girl.
like, I hate her, dude. 20.
Suppose it is possible there is more to it. Perhaps a curse upon it that I did not know. But I have extensively understood my item. I designed its casing.
Well,
I do believe you.
how about we call in a third party, like that nice shopkeep from the spell counter, and they can identify.
Oh,
Master
good
Venable
idea.
to identify it.
Very
He's
well.
neutral, right?
Very well. Call for him
Yeah.
then.
Just Richard shows up.
Richard just hops in.
One of the sparks
Well,
goes
that
off to
settles
find him.
That's an egg.
He eats it. We're like, oh.
It certainly is an egg.
Egg.
Definitely
Confirmed.
organic.
Soon after waiting, you see kind of Vanderbilt walk in. He's got a big kind of like long robe on, like almost like a morning robe. You can see he's got kind of his eyelashes like curled up slightly, his hair's in like a series of kind of curling buns. And he steps in and
Oh,
goes,
nice.
"What exactly seems to be the rush? Clearly, I have not opened the shop yet. And if I haven't opened the shop yet, I'm not prepared to be meeting with people." And he kind of looks across your group.
Good morning, Master Vandervool. We're hoping you could be a neutral party for us and identify this item.
"Oh, sure. Am I being paid for this?" "No."
Looks at the mayor.
"Very well. All right. What item exactly am I looking at?" He steps over towards you.
The orb inside this bag.
"Very well. May I?"
You may.
He lifts it. Cast Identify. A Shadowfell orb has the ability to transport itself and several other people, up to 12 people, it says. And buildings and other things in the vicinity between the Shadowfell and the material plane.
Are we the crazy ones?
Nat 20.
Goddamn.
That's 20.
Damn.
He believes that.
Oh my god. Fuck.
He hands it back to you. A pretty powerful device, that one. I imagine it would be able to teleport more than meets the eye. All right.
Master Vandervool,
Slander not
could
to
you
say.
be mistaken?
Wait, you're serious?
No, I have a question.
No.
for you. I'm sorry, not
hold
could you
on.
be
Wait,
mistaken?
you're
I wasn't really serious about that.
mistaken.
But what I am serious about is if several people were to use the identify spell
Sure.
on an item, would they all get the exact same result?
When it is translating a property of a magical item into legible text almost, or however you perceive it. I personally perceive it through a visual cue. Yes, everyone sees it the same way. It is just breaking down the basic properties of something that has been transmuted or enchanted into something. It's quite simple stuff.
Right. So
Not Desmond to you.
if Master Desmond got a completely different reading, what would you surmise from that?
I'd surmise that he's probably never even learned the fucking spell. Because
No,
it's
he
quite
definitely
simple.
has a spell, and you know that because we asked you for a pearl. You know he's got the spell. Don't be silly. Now,
All right. So maybe he's
think
just
about
misusing
it.
it. Because what is it? What is the question? Are we talking? I fucking hate magic theory. I don't want to talk about magic theory. Why are we talking
I
magic
don't really
theory?
want to talk about theory either. What I want to talk about is the fact that Master Desmond got a vastly different reading than the two of you did. His reading points to this not being an item at all, being organic, being living. So why would he?
Would a powerful being be able to deceive someone into thinking they're identifying an item? Maybe speaking into their mind, telling them properties.
Oh, could we try to?
I mean, I suppose that's quite.
Could we try to dispel magic on it? Because it wouldn't. If it was magical item, it would still stay magical. But if there was something on it,
Is there anything you could do that could only target perhaps an organic or living being that wouldn't work on an item or
suppose
object?
Locate creature spell would work on that. Think about it, I suppose, but it's not going to be. I mean, there's one fault in your theory. All right. If this is a creature, how the fuck is it confusing me, who's much better at spells than you are, but you've managed
no,
to get
don't you
past
want
it?
to know?
Let's give the spell.
What if
Let's get
it's
located
better than
for
all
Let's
of
try it. Let's just try and see what happens, shall we?
All right. You see him kind of like raise his hands and kind of flicker his fingers. All right. Locate creature. I would look for a creature that is orb in shape, draws in magic and shadow, and light around it. As the whispering shadows on its inside of its core is hiding from me. His eyes flicker for a moment, and he goes, nothing within 1,000 feet.
Master Desmond.
Hmm.
If you were to try to... No. I'm sorry. Can you tell me again what was the result that you got when you
Myself?
identified this? No, not you, Mr. Vandervoort, sorry.
all right.
Master Desmond.
There was nothing to identify because this is not an object.
It's not an object.
All right.
All right. But we can see it, so it exists, right? Forgive me for being a bit rude here. Master Desmond, if you were to identify some other type of device or something like an automaton or mechanical in nature, would you, when you identified it, would you see similarity and think that potentially it was... Do you know what I'm getting at?
Yeah, what if I
Does
tried
it
to identify
matter?
myself? Would it be the same result that this is not a magic item, but in fact...
Yeah, if you give it a go, it would.
Okay, I would try to do that, and then...
Yeah. What you'd know about the identify spell is it's basically trying to almost translate magic imbuements into a way that you can kind of almost put it into a legible form. When you're looking at like the properties out of character of an item, it's kind of like you're looking at in character, however your character personifies that, whether you see it visually as like an illusion of showing you what it's capable of, or if you kind of see an actual like list of things it can do. You identifying yourself, it wouldn't do it. You're not a magical item. Identify was
Okay.
designed for identifying magical items that you might be confused on the properties.
I have a way to. Because obviously you think I'm trying to deceive you. You know, great matter spells. Do you have the capability of getting a zone of truth up, watching me identify this, and saying what is happening from my point of view? You would know I'm lying.
Good idea.
I could perform this, sure, but how do I know that you actually... Have you ever thought about that you might just be bad at casting the spell?
I mean, every casting Master Desmond's done for us so far has been correct.
Hmm.
All right, well... Maybe I should double check all of those items you identified then, but sure, I can cast a zone of truth.
You could throw a test at me. I could identify any of the other items you would have at hand that you would know that I have no idea what they are until we get to this.
All right, we could do that as a mini test, sure. Show me something you've got. I'll just see if you know the property.
Got these scary pants.
Oh, scary.
Oh, how much for those?
I pull them out.
It
I
takes
pull them
them.
out. Well, that's... Actually, we were going to come
Was
talk to
waiting
you
for
about
that.
those.
Oh, do I'd be interested in these. Sure.
Those
Identify.
screaming
Everything that they
faces.
do.
Yeah, identifies and goes, oh, shit. All right. And you tell him everything?
Yeah.
All right, so yeah. Well, either you're an incredible guesser, or you know the spell.
Also, how much for those?
We'll discuss that in my shop. I don't do business outside here. All right. And he weaves his hands around, and then a zone of truth appears around all of you. I don't want to be here, but you didn't need me to lie to say that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would willingly go onto the zone of truth. I would willingly fail whatever needs to be. And I would try to identify it again.
You're incapable of identifying it. It's a creature.
This thing cannot be identified. It is a living organic creature.
Slander's kind of like running his hand across his face. I don't understand why this would be a... Like, what is the purpose of this? Well, it's not lying.
Is there any way we can think of to try to communicate with it?
Well,
It's trying to stay hidden from nearly everyone, so it would just not communicate, right?
in my experience, if I may,
Yes.
the way to draw something out is to make it feel threatened.
I don't know
Truly.
if that's a good idea for something this... If this can deceive almost everybody, including those as powerful as the people in this room,
Stop.
I don't think threatening
And
it would be a good
So
idea.
powerful. Oh my god.
who's to say that it didn't feel threatened before when it teleported that other person?
Mm.
Last thing we want is to end up in the Shadowfell.
Master
well.
Cylindro, you said you made the casing?
I
Is
did.
that right?
I did.
Hmm.
I know that properties through and through. It is capable of transferring the magic from this item and teleporting it to anchors that I've created around the land.
Maybe we should check that too.
Honestly.
We should, right? Because what if there's a property of that is being masked as well?
Mm.
Mr. Sandra, when
I
you
think-
made the casing, you were not in the Shadowfell, correct? You'd already left the
I'd already
Shadowfell?
left. I built it here.
What did your master use the orb for?
He didn't. It was kept on a pedestal in his tower. All I knew is that sometimes he would visit the material plane.
And he would use...
I don't know. I didn't see. No, I was escaping. And I locked myself in that room, and the only thing in there was the orb. I grabbed it. I felt compelled to use it. When I arrived, I
Did you-
identified it.
When you were escaping, why did you go to that room then?
I was rushing up the tower.
You were rushing up to escape,
I was running away from him.
right? Was that the only room that you could go to, or drawn there somehow, or...
I don't know. I just kept going up. I knew that he had visited the material plane. He'd gone into that room many times for days at a time. Whenever I glimpsed in there, all I'd ever see is just the pedestal and the orb. That was it. So I knew there was a way out. I just didn't know exactly what it was.
What happened when you picked it up? Were you just immediately transported, or did you have to think of...
I don't know, despair, shadow. And then... light.
Can I ask a question? Have you felt... They'll look at Carlisle for a second. Have you felt inexplicably drawn to it? Overly attached to it?
No. 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 It is just the thing that
Is
keeps
he in the
my
zone
town.
of truth?
No, he's outside of it.
Mm.
Because it would have been cast around you, and I believe, unless it's a major zone, but I'm pretty sure it's quite a small area. Yeah, 15-foot radius.
It's not that
It's
big.
He was like,
yeah.
he was off pacing elsewhere when you guys were having this conversation. No, of course not. It is the fundamental of moving my town and keeping my town alive. Drawn to it as much as a banker is drawn to a coin.
Hmm. I ask because I'm preoccupied wondering what it is about Desmond. Desmond doesn't have a mind or a brain in the same way the rest of us do. We can be manipulated.
Mm.
And I just wondered, sorry to bring it up again, based on your behavior, whether or not you could honestly say whether or not you have been manipulated or have felt compelled to act.
No. His eyes close for a moment, and when he opens up, perhaps there is just confusion with this magic. It is not of our realm. Perhaps, if there is a creature, perhaps this is what it was formed from. Initially, the item was crafted onto it. The same way a sword might be crafted before magic is imbued into it. Perhaps it was previously something organic and now no longer.
Then it would be an item, and I could identify it.
Yeah, I've
What
got
would-
some organic
what did you-
daggers right here.
Master Salandra, what did you do for your master in the Shadowfell? What was your role, your job?
We were trying to find something. Zarkanos is... He was secretive. He was in search of something that was there. I was to look after the tower, learn magic, take over for him when he was ready, but he was secretive.
What kind of magic did you learn? Like, how much did he let you learn?
A variety of it. He was powerful.
Did he let you become powerful?
I mean, to an extent. To an extent.
Did it surprise you at all that you were able to use the orb, or that once you got here you were able to fashion something to get it to do what you wanted? Was that a natural extension of your capabilities at the time, or did it seem like you had a leap of knowledge to be able to do so?
I suppose I was a little stronger, but this is quite easy to answer. I'd studied under him, theory. It was just my mind connecting the dots.
Well, the question now is, what do we do?
Indeed, I was going to ask the same thing, because it's all very interesting. However, why does any of it matter? If it gets us from A to B, your device keeps it in check. I'd say stick the whole cage on it. Guess the next location, then work it out.
It's the difference between it being an item and being a servant.
A fair point. However, it's from the Shadowfell.
What's that supposed to mean?
No offense. The Shade of Kai,
Yes.
probably the only promising thing that came from that bloody realm. It's filled with nightmares and creatures of just sorrow and despair. Frankly, if this is something organic, then perhaps it is long past.
I was happy to leave.
Can I just, while everyone's talking, can I just gently put my palm on the orb and mentally think instead of saying anything out loud? If you do not want to be returned to this person, you need to let us know in some way.
Nothing happens.
Have I ever heard of anything like this? Like, did my grandfather ever tell me any stories of something similar at all?
Roll a history check.
18. Can I add my +5? Historical lore.
Historical lore, what does it refer to?
+5 to history and arcana checks, used to recall info on historical or magical lore.
You can add your +5. The
23.
Shadowkai escaped the Shadowfell. But the idea of a creature being able to kind of be imbued with a magical item like this is something entirely new. Or imbued with magic, or even convinced otherwise. But the Shadowfell is also a place filled with lies, illusions, and trickeries. Not in the same way the Feywild is. It's less jovial. More of a manifestation of kind of fears and undesirables, if you will. It plays off of
Okay.
your negative traits.
So, I think the only other thing we haven't tried is, does someone have the ability to try to dispel any spell that was on this? Master Vanderbilt, I was going to come to
Don't
get that scroll. I haven't
Do
done
it,
it yet.
Vanderbilt. He goes, let's say I dispel it, right? And I try and destroy the magic on this item. And it turns out that Master Desmond here is wrong. And we're fucking stuck. And then we go, oh shit, look at that.
That's true, because we know it's not a magic item now. Well, or you think it is a magic item, which wouldn't be dispelled.
because it
so
is.
one of us is right, and yeah, but
It ain't,
if it was,
it ain't a magic item, then it doesn't do anything, right? If you try to dispel.
But what if it
At all.
is? What if Master Desmond here, no offense to him, has just some strange connection to this item that has disallowed him from using the basic properties of it, and probably bypassed it to its origin state in some wonderful paper that could have been written up in Chastel and taught to all the students there until
Not
their minds
Chastel.
burn away. It doesn't matter which of the colleges, whichever one it was, I wouldn't want to hear that theory. But I dispel that shit, and I'm stuck here with my shop. I ran out of business all because we had to put something to the theory and test. I asked you,
All right.
why bother?
How about a midway solution? We use it to get to our next destination. As far as everyone in this town is concerned, things are fixed and we've moved on. There's no panic. People are less stressed. And it gives us a little bit more time to try and figure out what this thing is.
He looks at Sandro. Preferable for the commerce. I mean, I know my device works.
It's not revealing itself if it is what we think it is. It is staying hidden for a reason. So,
All right. We'll move on to our next destination. We can work it out from there.
all right.
Mike.
So,
My map cage should work on it.
I guess we need to decide. It seems Allweathers or... I don't like the idea of breakaway aisles right now. It seems a bit chaotic, but Allweathers, we just have to walk to where we need to go. I asked about the Weeping Hills because perhaps we could convince Misthaven to send us closer to where we need to go. But I don't know. I haven't checked to see if I've heard anything from the lawkeeper.
Oh, it's kind of like leans across and goes, well, if we're done with all of that talk, there are the locations you can go to. If you want to go to the Bay of Progress, it is one of the options.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Well, you weren't. I told you, I don't know where we land in the place. You have to ask Salandra that. I can just tell you about
Oh.
what's going on in each location. You stopped asking me midway through.
Sorry. What about Bay of Progress, Master Holt?
Yeah. So, he flicks through his notes and goes, Bay of Progress currently is going through the means of a... There might be another merchant war kicking off soon. That's good and bad. Means that there's going to be a lot of commerce going around, a lot of trade to be happening. However, people don't really like travelling towns there. We're coming in there
Why not?
stealing work. Well, it's a
Oh.
place of merchant guilds. It's a place of trade guilds, organisations,
Maybe they should
consortiums.
just be better.
Yeah, but you clearly don't
Then we
know
don't
much
have
about
to
the merchant
worry.
wars then. Because
No.
people are willing to do anything for an extra set of coin. The whole place is... There's only one more place with more snakes in that Bay of Progress. The capital.
Yes, well, let's stay away from there.
But other than that, apparently there's a talk of a breakthrough at the Sunforged. A way of reducing the amount of energy it's going to be consuming. That's also a big talk in the merchant guilds because it's going to cost money. It's going to bring in more money to other guilds, etc.
Who's spearheading that?
Well, the people at the Sunforged.
They just think they've. All right, focus. All right, everyone. Where do we want to go? Just pick a spot and.
Any of the other regions you're interested in, just let me know. I get paid either way.
I mean, between what we got, Bay of Progress or Allweathers, makes the most sense.
I would vote for Bay of Progress.
B, Master Desmond.
I have no preference.
Yeah,
I-
sure. Bay of Progress. That sounds great.
Master Desmond.
Excited to go there.
Are you still in the zone
Oh.
of truth, Master Desmond?
I've stepped out.
He pointedly steps out
Yeah.
before saying, yes, let's do that.
Desmond, is there something wrong with the Bay of Progress?
No, it's great. Technological marvels.
Master Desmond, if we choose the Bay of Progress, is there going to be trouble for you?
Be
No.
honest now. Be
I feel
honest
like-
now.
Maybe we had our talks in the wrong order. You don't have to tell us everything, but
I mean,
I wouldn't-
I could hide myself. I'm fine.
Are you gonna be like attacked if we go to the Bay of Progress? Is this gonna be a problem?
is your face on wanted posters?
I mean,
Do they
not
even have
wanted
those?
posters, but I'm not too much liked around there.
Oh,
I mean, most people dislike me. What are we worried about?
in like a that guy's a jerk kind of way? or
Right.
I want to kill that guy if I see him on these streets kind of way.
Well, not killed, but people are looking for me. We'll go there. I'll stay out of the way for the most part.
No. What are you wanted for? I don't think this is like a you
I'm
get
not-
to be
I'm
a
not
little
wanted.
quiet about
It's
why
not-
you're wanted by the authorities. What are you
It's not-
wanted for?
Okay, steps back in zone of truth. I'm not wanted. It's nothing criminal. It's not a
You have a
place I
sweetheart you left
enjoy.
or something. Jilted love interest.
Not a sweetheart, no.
Did you swindle someone out of some money, or I don't know, what else would someone have done? Wait,
I mean,
you're
it's-
not on a wanted poster.
The business in my past is my own, is just personal
True.
issues.
Sorry, I didn't mean to pry. I just wanted to make sure that
It's nothing
You'd be
that
all
you
right.
will be endangered by. It's a place I'm not fond of.
All right, I just want to make sure you didn't like murder someone or
No.
burn a building down.
Uh,
I'm gonna need you to repeat that part there.
I mean, buildings burn down all the time in Bay of Progress. Progress
burn
can't
a
be made
building
without
down?
burning a
burn
few
down all the
buildings.
time
Did you burn a
everywhere. That's
building
all right.
down?
I didn't know. Well,
A building burnt down and you were in the vicinity.
you can burn a wall that's not a building.
That's
You know?
true. So you just set a wall on fire. This is what you're worried about. You set a wall on fire.
I'm leaning towards Allweathers now, everyone. I don't know how I feel about going. I don't know about this one anymore.
Well, we will be fine.
I'm fine with either. So
All weathers then.
I vote Allweathers.
I will just say I am fine with either. That's totally all right. Do you understand that to get to where we're going, we'll have to enter the Bay of Progress at some point? Just throwing that out. there.
Yes.
We'll have to enter the Bay of Progress eventually.
Does more time passing improve your situation? Or does it not matter?
I mean, it's more of just a personal, uncomfortable thing. I don't want to run into certain people there. Not
Do you
because they
mind
want
if
to.
we ask how many people? Is this one or two people on the sidewalk, or is this
683.
a couple thousand people from a?
It's
from a
just
city?
one person that I would rather
Oh.
not run into.
Bear Provost is
What are the
quite
odds of that,
big.
then?
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
in hopes of expediency, perhaps we say Allweathers for now. We have a lot of things to discuss as a group anyway.
We do. Would that work for you all, except Salandra, Vanderbilt, Holtz?
It is a place
All
of
with
a
us.
lot of commerce. We'll be able to find lots of coin there. We have things to sell, things to buy. It works for us.
Fantastic.
I don't like the place, but I'm happy to go.
Why don't you like it?
I don't really like people in guilds or consortiums, right?
I don't like people.
I just find that, I also have people there, like Master Desmond, who don't like me.
Did you set a wall on fire?
No, but I'm also not
Kill
going
one.
to. Not a wall. Anyway, and he steps outside the zone of truth. I'm happy to go whenever we want to go.
I love the zone of truth. It's the
It's
best.
a really good spell.
That's so good.
All right.
All right, all with us it is.
Holtz kind of reaches down, looks at a note beneath the table. As well, goes, I'd vote for the Harvest Lands. I believe that this
Is he part of our group now?
This might be the best
love him.
course of action if you want to find
The
more
Harvest
commerce bringing
Lands.
into the town. Sandra nods his head. All right. Well, we did make a deal.
What
Well-
if you went to the Harvest Lands after you went to Allweathers?
Oh yeah, I don't care either way. But that would just be my vote. All right, we'll go to Allweathers to begin with.
So good.
All right.
All right.
Is it all right if I watch the orb while it works to see if I notice anything that others
Yeah, I'd
might
like to
not
watch
have
too.
caught?
This is fine. Is it all right if I have my orb back?
Looks around, make sure everyone else agrees.
At this point, we've made an agreement.
All right. I will hand it over.
Stabs Desmond as he takes it. What?
Clasps it in his hand.
Yeah. Slaps Salandra. Just kidding! Jumps out the window.
He brings it in, holds it with both hands, and kind of like presses it up against his chest. And the cage.
Hand that over.
Takes it. He places the orb inside and clasps it over, and you just see the energy go around it. Or at least V and Drusser and Tack would see the energy go around into the cage. But Desmond and Carlisle, doesn't look like anything happens.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
For those who can see, it looks like it lights up across the entirety of the cage with the words of each of the locations light up. And he steps into the center of the room, and he pulls a lever, and this kind of pedestal goes, pulls into the center, and he places it on top of it. Turns the dial a couple of times, and you hear this. Desmond and Carl, you don't. You see it silent.
Working.
It's kind of underwhelming, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of just
You don't see.
It is.
not much is happening.
What
Yeah.
do
You
you
don't see.
mean?
You don't hear it. You don't see it.
Lots
It's
is
just
happening.
grating.
It's just noise, you know.
It's like a fork being scraped against a plate.
Ew,
Um,
that just gave
Tack-
me chills. Thanks, Shane.
Tack will minor illusion what it looks like to them.
Oh, absolutely
the
not.
lights
No.
coming
Is
off
there
of it,
something wrong with
scrapping.
my eyes lately?
Then the orb inside almost seemingly expands. And this kind of darkness overwhelms the area. Pitch darkness goes out of the room. Desmond and Carl, you do see this. And then, like a fog, settles across the floor. And the ground begins shimmering. Everyone sees this. But as the magic starts to take hold, and you feel this incredible amount of just energy, like appearing below your feet, like you're standing on heat or vibration of electricity. And Drassa, Tak, V, this feels like magic, similar to how you felt just before we teleported before. It feels the appropriate amount of magic is going on. The black magic of the kind of darkness of it has kind of settled, and it's almost like holding everything in place as the entirety of the town is about to shift. But Desmond and Carlo, you don't feel that vibration. You don't feel that energy. You feel something cold, chilling, hopeless. In this moment, you feel despair. And then the whole town disappears. And suddenly, as the fog kind of fades down, and you hear Carlisle and Desmond, you can roll a perception check. Everyone else, you've just teleported here, and
Wish I
everything
was
seems fine.
perceptive.
I got an
Me.
11. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use one of my abilities to add 2d8 to Desmond's
Oh,
instead.
Damn, dude,
Okay.
what?
Because I think that'll
So I
be
got
the
13.
highest we get here. 2.
oh,
So
you
add
did it.
another 11 to yours.
Okay,
That brings it up to what, 24?
24.
That is a
Yeah.
cool ability.
Yeah, because I
That's
have
a clutch
So I
ability.
get to do
Okay.
double surgical dice on it.
It's fucking genius, dude.
Desmond, there's a moment before when you land, and the cold feeling is still there. This horrible sensation. You feel and hear the sound of just disappear, as if seeping down deep into the ground and disappearing, and all of the despair and that feeling of the chills and coldness that overwhelmed you goes. And you feel fine again, like you were previously in Sigumbraht. And the orb...
Do I feel fine though? No, I don't feel fine right now.
The orb shuts off, and the teleport is done, with you landing in Allweathers. The others all kind of look around. Oh, all right, I'm going to go back to my shop and get it all set up, because if anyone saw us arrive, if it's anyone who's going to bloody see it, it's going to be fucking bad progress. I'm going to get the shop open. So, ta-ta, everyone. Lovely theory. Please, next time, just right. And he turns around and walks out of the room. But Slandrew kind of folds his arms behind his back and goes, Master Holtz, I will come over to your shop to get the rest of the information. All right. Rolls up the map. Thank you. Pleasure doing business. Wanders out of the room.
That happens every time and you're fine with that? That's cool?
Teleportation.
That's terrible.
What
Yeah.
happens?
Not much
It's-
happened.
You said you
It
couldn't
still
see
felt
the-
really bad.
You said you couldn't see it. That was fine. It was just sort of
I felt like I
magical
was gonna
energy.
die.
Felt
Did you?
really bad.
Master
That's so
Desmond,
strange.
I assure you, we've been doing this for a while.
Mr.
Everything is
Slandrill,
fine.
did you see the sort of energy
Well, of course.
and that
How else is it meant to
noise?
work?
I wonder if Master Vandervold did. Interesting. Master Holt, did you see it?
As he's walking out, huh? Oh yeah, I don't
Did you
understand that stuff. He walks out the door.
Hey, Desmond, did you feel a sense of overwhelming despair?
Just existential
Not only that, there
Like
was
this kind of dread.
there was something else with us. I caught it for just a brief second, but did you see or
No,
hear
I
anything?
didn't, I was a little overwhelmed by the despair, frankly.
Yeah.
It felt
Normally, fear and despair
bad?
heightens my senses, and I look around an extra lot, and I saw something or heard something. I don't know what.
You think it was something inside the orb?
I mean, it might be. I don't know.
You heard like a person?
Well, I don't know if it was a person. It was just a being.
Oh.
So, you all saw like a big old magical show, and
Right, just
Desmond
like
and I got despair.
what you see normally when you do. You can see magical energies. That's all.
Well, there's obviously something more here because we are now creating a list of things that are appearing and feeling different to Desmond and now also Carlisle.
Perhaps we should let Master Solandril go about his business and we should adjourn.
Don't forget your
Elsewhere.
gold. You have given us a lot to think about, but
Us as
ultimately,
well.
it is more of an ethical question if there is something in there, more so than it is one of necessary change right now. But I am willing to investigate this further.
Would it be all right if we come back and inquire to pry a little more into it? Would we be allowed to? There's a few things I want to maybe try to get to discern what this is.
I think you've done quite enough.
I'd like to insight if he actually cares about investigating this further. Only if we're...
Hard to read. He seems definitely tired, and that's kind of hiding any extra motives he might have, if he does.
Hold on.
I was going to kind of like whisper to the others, what exactly is stopping him from just taking this piece away as soon as we leave?
Nothing.
Hey, can we all
Nothing
head to
at all.
Vandervil's shop? I want to check if he has a scroll
Sure.
of a certain
I need
type.
to go there anyway, and I think we really are overdue a chat as well.
Yeah.
Master Solandril, thank you for your time. I hope you understand why we were so concerned now. I did not mean to distress you. My apologies.
You may leave. He wanders over towards...
Takes money.
Takes money, goes.
And he would wander over towards the
Takes
center
money,
and
walks
stand
out.
by his orb. And kind of
Mm.
runs his hand down the
Fucking
side of the
weirdo.
casing.
Poor orb
Hmm.
addicts, dude.
Right?
Want orb.
Wants
orb.
orb bad.
But yeah, you can head over to Vandervolt's if you like.
All right. Do we want to go to Vandervols right now? Do we want to... What do we want to do? Want to go right now?
Let's check in with Abigail.
I think maybe check in with Abigail, have a chat, and then Vandervol. Because I know that what I'm planning on purchasing at Vandervol's might change based on
Yeah.
a chat.
The chat.
All right.
Yeah. I suppose Desmond and I could probably use a minute too to
I need
Maybe
to
some of
simmer
that-
down a moment.
simmer down.
Citrus water at the in my town.
Yeah, Desmond, how about you and I go get a drink? Or the
I
closest
can't drink,
thing?
but thank you.
Well,
Oh,
how
I can watch
about
you.
we go ahead and we get a drink and you can sit there with a fancy glass. We'll get you the
Okay.
fanciest thing they have on the menu.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Exiting the tower itself, instead of now being in kind of a field surrounded by small woodland, you're now in a glade. A beautiful kind of waterfalls pouring down into a river that runs by and around the side of Sigumbraht. You high up and over it, the trees out here are starting their autumn coloration, going from greens to yellows, slight oranges on it. And they're closer to oak trees surrounding the area. There's a main road quite close to Sigumbraht now as well to allow trade to go past. And you find yourself not far from the Glamglades themselves, the beautiful location in central Allweathers, just on the northeastern portion of it. Slightly colder than where you were prior, but beautiful flowers springing up around Sigumbraht. You arrive here with intention to travel southwest to discover some lost information about this orb, about the vaults, and those who visited your dreams. But we're going to go ahead and call it for tonight there because we should probably get Sam involved in the next portion, and it'd be more appropriate the way to see the next conversations with him here. So yeah, just a standard little 3-hour session, but well done, guys, on pulling off some clutch stuff there, because I didn't know if you'd find out that kind of information early.
Hell yeah.
Good job, us.
Good rolls, and identifying the orb was a good catalyst. So, yeah, nice one. So lots of questions, lots of answers to be had to come. But yes, everyone is level 5. I know the little prompt is saying level 4, but level 5.
Yes.
You get to pick up next time, and you get to choose wherever you want to go. Which I imagine you're going to be heading southwest. But the world is your oyster to explore, and you have months and months before any crazy stuff goes down. So we will not be here next week because Sam is still in Japan and Bree's not here, so it's best to call that one off so that we have everyone here for next time. But we will be here back in 2 weeks as of today. So we'll come back for that. Let's go ahead and do some shout-outs. We'll go around from Dodger, and then we can finish up for the night. Oh, I should also check.
Hello, everybody.
Sorry,
Oh my god.
Sorry.
She was
Because
ready to
hold
go,
on, because I always forget. I always forget about the damn.
everything.
Hold
what
on.
the fuck?
Yeah,
Do we,
dude.
hold on, okay, look. Do we have a bingo? I have it ready for afterwards. Okay, hold on.
Cut you off for a bingo.
God
Holy.
damn,
man.
Why? Because I keep
I
look.
can't
I
believe
keep
that.
forgetting about the
God
bingo,
damn.
and I feel bad.
God
Sorry.
damn.
Look, man. Okay, look. You know what? Shout yourself out. I'll
Let's
find
do the bingo first. I'll
Oh
dab again.
I don't
it's
know if we
fine.
have a bingo this
I'll
week.
dab again.
Cut you off and he didn't even know.
my god.
I don't think there is.
Devastating.
I don't think there is one.
I'll never get over this.
Oh,
Just go on strike. No more fucking outros for anyone, dude. No fucking
Yeah, right.
apologizes.
no bingo. No bingo.
I'm sorry for interrupting, Dodger. Could you?
That's okay.
Thank you, Dodger.
May I?
You may.
Thank you. All right. Hi,
So
guys.
I wonder if there's
I'm
a.
Dodger.
Sorry.
It's Joe in the driver's seat, like driving away as you put your hand on the
Bro,
door,
I know. Just let me talk to the McDonald's
Okay.
employee, dude. Dodger, you can find me at Dex Bonus pretty much everything. I stream almost every day. Shout out today to my new rescue chickens who made so much noise in the first half an hour that I had to like frantically location change because I couldn't hear anything that was going on. And also my cats for hanging out. Yeah, that's me.
Okay, and then Sam could not be here because he's in Japan, but he did he did leave us this message.
Oh?
So I'm gonna go ahead and play it. He gave himself a shout. He said,
What?
Twitch.tv のスラッシュストリップピンで私を見てください。
"Yep." So if you translated that, you can check
Sounds
him
just
out.
like him.
Twitch.tv/Griffin.
Uncanny.
I've missed his voice so much.
Did that make you feel so much better to hear that right now? You're
It
like,
did.
"Oh,
God, it's like he's here.
So you can check him out at that link if you go to twitch.tv/Strippin. Thanks for the shout, Sam. Tomorrow.
I don't wanna.
Okay. Okay. Can you just pretend so I can interrupt you?
I told him though.
No. Okay. Bree.
No.
Hi, twitch.tv/Breebine. I got partner plus month too, so one more month.
Let's
go!
Yo,
Yay!
nice.
Let's
Just one
go.
more.
Nice.
Yeah, so thank you everyone that helped out.
Yay.
Thank you.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Shane.
Good to hear. Hey, Joe, thanks like so much for once again subjecting me to like the horrors of the world we're in at the beginning of the campaign. That's just gonna stick with me.
Yeah.
Really love that.
That's your thing now, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're not alone now.
sometimes.
Yeah.
You got,
Well, here's-
one
this time.
buddy.
Here's
who
what's
gets
interesting
it.
about that, right? Is like, if you didn't choose to defy, you'd have got the real information there. So you never found any of the stuff. So
Oh.
it's
Yeah,
appropriate that
thank
you
God
did.
the Cowboys stick
Yeah.
together, huh?
Cowboys stick together.
Yeah.
All right.
Those
Cowboys.
Cowboys ain't gonna accept anything.
I love our pure cowboys.
I'm Shane. I stream things. I actually have a schedule now that I've been sticking to, and it's been fun.
What?
So I'll be streaming after this. Yeah, I do. It's weird.
Noise?
So
Well,
much
folks,
easier to
over.
stream like this.
OG.
Hello, I'm OLG. I don't really stream. Every once in a while I do. I don't know. Maybe I might. Sometimes I tweet stuff. Mostly I just hang out. Shout out to my dog who's been quietly waiting by the door for us to finish so that she can go outside. She's doing
Shout
her
out
job.
Cooper.
Shout out to Saffron.
She needs to.
Twitch.tv/Saffron.
Yeah, right.
All right. We'll raid into Shane straight afterwards as well. Other than that, though, thanks everyone for watching. We have a Patreon if you want to see behind the scenes stuff like notes, homebrew mechanics and stuff. The notes are pretty fun at the moment because you get to see all of how the kind of triggers whenever they're like, hey, if they identify this, reveal this. I have to kind of give myself notes like that. And I always have to
It's
remind.
wild how we could just miss something completely if we don't.
I know it's
I
crazy.
love it.
Yeah, I once posted on Patreon a spoiler, and then immediately edited the post afterwards because I have little like words for myself that I'm like, if they do
I
this,
remember you
reveal
told me you did
this,
that.
and I'm like always have to delete that from my GM notes afterwards, and sometimes my GM notes are like empty because I'm like I haven't really written anything but if they fall much stuff. One time I put a big spoiler there, I was like, oh shit. But
all
I think that was
contingencies.
your one. I think it was what I told you in the last campaign. I think that's what it was.
Oh damn.
Lord.
That was
yeah,
huge.
It's fun. It's fun. But yeah, twitch.tv/Joe Fudge if you want to see more stuff. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time with episode 16 of Sunforged. Thanks so much for supporting it so far and watching us past the holiday season. We are back to continue onward as we go forward through the year. If this is your first time watching our show, this is a long-form campaign. We go up to like 100+ episodes, so you're only at the beginning.
And
Yeah.
there's a recap
Oh
on
yeah,
YouTube.
Yeah.
episode 1 to 7, 1 through 7 now as a recap on YouTube, and I'm going to be doing the next portion up to episode 14 real soon. So if you were thrown into the midst today and you didn't really know what was going on, you can go and watch those recaps to get caught up real quick. Other than that, though, please go and enjoy Shane, everyone, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.